Morgan Moses at today's practice. And Game 4 of the NBA Finals is tonight between the New York Knicks and San Antonio Spurs, with New York leading 2-1. Tip-off at Madison Square Garden is at 8:30. Sports Hub headlines are powered by Joyce Cooling and Heating, now serving Andover. Schedule your AC install or service today and enjoy limited-time rebates up to $4,200 on a new Lennox system. Schedule now at joycecool.com. I'm Kevin Majori on Boston's Home for Sports 98.5 The Sports Hub. Joe Murray has you next at 7:30.
Boston Talk Sports.
Trade Drake May.
We all know what, but we won't say what. Yeah, worst take on these airwaves in the last 24 hours.
We may not take a call today.
The Sports.
Well, it's some Joe Show. We've seen it. Nobody wants to be there. It's a big bad show tonight. Just can't take this damn parade. Who cares? Yeah, it's a Joe Show. There's a 2-mile wait to get past the damn green line.
Anyone who gets hit by a bear in the neighborhood, call Joe Murray.
I happen to trust Joe Murray.
First time I ever met Joe Murray was at a Hooters.
Well, welcome in 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. We got ourselves a show tonight. Let me tell you. Oh, you want to talk about the Red Sox, or you don't want to talk about the Red Sox? Oh, God. Well, there's a lot going on, everybody. Welcome into our YouTube as well, everybody. Just go to youtube.com and search 98.5 The Sports Up, and you'll see us right there. And if you want to call in about anything at all tonight, it's a hump day. Right? Today's Wednesday, right? Is it? Yes, it is. Yes, Joe, it's hump day. You know what day it is? 617-779-0985. You can call in with whatever you want tonight. I'm starting Red Sox. We'll get into the NBA Finals, which are tonight. The World Cup. We got some stuff on that. And what else? Oh, how about those hockey games? And OTAs. Once again, the phone number is 617-779-0985. Well, my initial thought today was the Red Sox and how they're the worst team I have seen of my lifetime. Did you think I was going to start there tonight, Skaz? The worst team I've seen in my lifetime. 2012 was really bad with Bobby Valentine, but the talent was there. This, Skaz, this is if this is the worst team of your lifetime,
Without a doubt.
Yeah, 1992 Red Sox was the worst of my lifetime. Mo Vaughn hadn't arrived yet. John Valentin was one of their best players. Roger Clemens was still kicking it. Like, they were just bad. They were bad. So that was supposed to be my opening take. As we just got the news within the last hour or so, Garrett Crochet, his injury is worse than anticipated. We all heard it was inflammation, right? Inflammation. Then they'll start long toss and they'll throw again. Inflammation. Then today we find out that his injury is actually worse today. It's actually worse. He has a lat strain, a low-grade lat strain. It's worse than anyone thought, and he has no idea when he'll be cleared to pitch or play catch. The plan for him to be tested again in a week. This isn't about Garrett Crochet coming back next year. This isn't about, whatever the money or the trade they made for Crochet and did it work or any of that. This is not where the take's going. I might get in trouble for this one. I was not at the Nesson Studios today. They had a day game today. I didn't do the show. I've questioned medical staffs in the past with teams. I've heard from those teams after, by the way. I think the Red Sox right now have a problem everywhere, but where there is a big one, where I think we hear words like communication issues, right? Or mouthpieces. I could tell you about the Sam Kennedy, Roman Anthony thing. I could tell you a lot of instances this year where the communication hasn't been great. Carlos Narvaez doesn't know why he's not playing every day. He hasn't been told about it. But if I tell you that we should absolutely question the medical staff of the Boston Red Sox, that's my take. It's not working anymore. It's not working. 1 week ago, it's inflammation. Today, it's a latch strain. Roman Anthony's finger was a strain, but then it's not as bad. Just think about the guys that have been injured for the Red Sox over the last couple of years. And I'll give you a couple, right? How many times has Cutter Crawford been set back? I know he's just a bit guy, but they've ruined him. I mean, we finally saw Patrick Sandoval, who they signed to a 2-year big money deal. He pitched an inning and a third a week ago. We still haven't seen him at the major league level. Get ready for Tanner Houck. You're going to see that guy at all this year? Hell no. I can give you Tristan Cassis. We can do Marcelo Meyer. And on and on and on. There's issues everywhere. Whether it's at the top of the front office, whether it's with the baseball operator, whether it's the manager, whether it's the players on the field. One issue is for sure. They have an issue in their medical staff. They have a problem there. They're not identifying injuries correctly. The timetables aren't accurate. That's a problem. It's a problem. And years ago, I questioned the Boston Celtics about their injuries. And this is when it was the old day. They brought in a new regime when Robert Williams got hurt in the playoffs a couple of years ago. I questioned if he would come back. He did come back. I took heat because I questioned the medical staff after the Isaiah Thomas issues and the Kevin Garnett issues and whoever else, Shaq at one point, right? They were never honest about their injuries. Never. Never. Right now, the Red Sox, is there any transparency at all? And it's even worse when it comes to the medical staff. This is Garrett Crochet, runner-up for the Cy Young Award. You shouldn't see this guy for the rest of the year. You should send him to the beach. Dunzo. Gone. We're not seeing him for the rest of the year. And now, what do we have to do? We got to look at the trade, right? How did the trade work out? Did you see what happened last night? A walk-off for one of the guys they traded for. I would do the trade 100 times out of 100 times, but there was always an injury risk. And with this team, how do you think they can figure that out? Garrett Crochet, low-grade latch strain. It was inflammation for weeks. Weeks. Today we get latch strain? It's ridiculous. It is bad. And all of these guys now have, well, how long are they going to be out for? Are they pushed back? Or everything. We're wondering when Roman Anthony's going to come back. Do you really think that's going to happen at this point? Can they actually evaluate injuries and give you transparent timetables? And right now, that's an issue for me. If I'm a player, I don't trust it. If I'm a guy that, would these guys come to Boston? Is Boston a destination? Who wants to work with that medical staff? It's a problem, and you all know it. And no one's talked about it yet, and I'm here to bring it. This is inexcusable. If it's about shutting him down for the year, shut him down for the year. Don't make it up. This is a screw-up. They misidentified this. They made it worse for him trying to come back. That's a fact. And you know what? Are we going to hear now from the higher-ups in the organization about injuries again? Are we going to hear that again? The medical staff and what they've done to this group and the young talent they've had, whether they're good or bad, Christian Campbell, Tristan Cassis, whatever. They have messed it up big time. It's bad at every level. Even the damn doctors. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. You know, when you watch teams, right? Let's just give you the Patriots last year. Mike Vrabel came in. They rehauled the entire staff. They did everything. But when they had injuries last year, there was at least transparency. Oh, he's going to miss the first 4 weeks, or he'll be back. Right? Mac Hollins missed multiple playoff games, didn't he? Didn't he go on the IR where he missed games? They were transparent about it. He was back. Milton Williams, when he missed time, he was back right after. They were open and transparent about it. And I know that the NFL preaches that, but the guy, and listen, maybe Will Campbell wasn't right. Maybe he came back because he wanted to be back there and out there with the guys because that's what he was. But it showed on the field that he wasn't right. Even Drake May's shoulder, for that matter. We knew about it. It was a part of the game. It was a reason probably why they played the way they did. But we knew about it. When it comes to the Red Sox and someone gets hurt, you have no clue when they're coming back. And they don't either. This is their livelihood. This is a problem. Oh, did I mention that they got swept again this week? And they broke a record today that hasn't been done in years? Your thoughts on the medical staff? Because this right now, I'm telling you, you can't fake this. It's bad. And they got Garrett Crochet wrong. Hey, Tariq Scooble's coming back soon, right? Remember the bone chips in his arms? He's coming back soon. They put a timetable on that. They screwed it up with Garrett Crochet. They screwed it up. The only thing that could have gone wrong with that trade was them screwing up the medicals, and they've done it. Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. I'm Joe Murray here on 98, whatever.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.
all teams lie. They lie about injuries. They just do. Tell me a forthcoming organization in the city when it comes to injuries. They just don't. So when the Red Sox did it, like, why are we doing this? Why are you playing games with us? This is an unnecessary lie. We know you're lying. Stop it. He's day-to-day. No, he's not. And then Chad Tracy doubling down. Oh, this is on the short. He's going to be on the IL in the short hair. No, he's not, Chad. Chad, no, he's not. He's not. I'm rooting for Roman Anthony. I was one of those people who said he's ready to take the next step. Last year, in his limited amount of time with the Red Sox, I said he was their best player. I said this. But Mike and Keith, I got to say, this has to be one of the biggest, so far, this has to be one of the biggest flops that we've seen.
You save receipts in life, everybody. You save receipts. Every once in a while, people do things, say things, and especially when it's audio. You just put it away. And then when you need to just pull the old lever, you pull the old lever on injuries. And here we go again. The saga continues. Injuries and lies. Injuries and lies. And that was Jarren Duran at the time posting on Instagram something about NBC Sports Boston. What do these guys know? They lie about injuries, etc. So I'm paraphrasing. And Michael Holley got called out for it. And that was his reaction later on was like, "Hey, Jarren, like, how you doing?" How does that look now, Jarren Duran? How does that look now? I'm sick of the team right now. I'm sick of it because I know we always can't get transparency in life. If we could just know everything, it would be too easy, right? But in this situation, you have the third worst record in baseball. And yet people will tell you they're 4.5 games out of a playoff spot. Will anybody else tell you, though, that they can't hit at all? Will anybody tell you that they are literally the worst team in Major League Baseball at hitting the ball out of the ballpark? Oh, but their pitching's good, but their bullpen can't stop a nosebleed. They're a bad baseball team, everybody. They're a bad baseball team. They were built poorly. Poorly. The league stinks. The whole league stinks. True story. The entire Major League Baseball, besides maybe 4 teams, stink. The league's bad. They're about to go through a lockout. The owners want to have a salary cap. The players basically want to have some sort of, they want their own guaranteed money. Okay, it's all the foreshadowing's there. Baseball just had one of its highest, with the World Baseball Classic and the ratings, had one of the most people involved watching in a long time. A long time. And it's going to be ruined by this lockout that's happening. But where the Red Sox have been ruined, you could talk about them not spending money. They have spent money. They've spent money. But to allocate that money with pitching when you had 2 guys in the system like Peyton Tolley and Connolly Early, that's on them. So as much as you want to give Craig Breslow credit for identifying pitching, well, why'd you have to trade one of your best right-handed minor league bats for Johan Oviedo, who, by the way, is hurt too, Skaz? Oviedo. I want a list. Can we get a list of everyone that's injured or been hurt or hasn't been back yet? Like, I got Cutter Crawford, Tanner Houck, all right? Like
Sandoval.
Well, probably, I saw an inning in the third last week is all I ever saw of him. Right? Tristan Casas, dude, now I'm starting to feel bad for the guy. I'm starting to feel bad for him. Dude, there's a lot of problems with this team, Skaz. Not getting the injuries right is a major red flag. It all sucks. It's all bad. It all stinks, and it's smelly. But the thing that stinks the most is the medicals. These are these guys' lives, dude. Now, Garrett Crochet, dude, he's been pitching for the last 2 weeks. Did you know that? He's been working out for weeks. But every time they look at his arm, they see inflammation. So you mean to tell me that he's been throwing with inflammation and now has a lat strain? So did they miss, Skaz, I'm asking you, Skaz, James Scaramazino, did they misdiagnose his injury too? And I'm saying too, Because, I don't know, there has to be more. It can't just be this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fair question. Who am I to say exactly what happened? Obviously, it's speculation, but I think the Red Sox have put themselves in a position where they deserve speculation. They deserve the questions of whether or not they are correctly diagnosing and treating injuries because, like you said, Joe, this is not a one-time thing. This is now a repeated pattern, I think you could call it, within the Red Sox organization. So not only does their roster construction suck, but they can't keep their good players healthy. And when they do get hurt, they can't even rehab them to get healthy. So, yes, I would say the Boston Red Sox are an unmitigated disaster. And the worst part of all of it is they do not care.
So, do you think there's any funny, when I say funny business, like, do you think they're just setting him back? We're going to call it a lat strain, dude. We're going to shut you down for the year because the team stinks. Or do you think he's really hurt?
I think he's hurt. I think they want all the good PR they can get. I think they need Garrett Crochet on the mound. They're 4.5 games out, Joe. Craig Breslow is, depending on the reporting, who you believe is, on the hot seat, maybe. So I think they would love to have Garrett Crochet out there for a guy to just stop the bleeding and the pounding they take on a nightly basis, at least for 1 day a week if Crochet could be out there. But who knows? They can't even score runs, so does it even matter?
It doesn't matter. Where I'm going with the shenanigans is this. Alex Spear, just a little while ago, the Sox got a conditional option of $50 million for $50 for 2032 if Crochet misses 120 consecutive days due to a significant arm injury. In the case of such an event, assuming it happened between 2026 and 30, his opt-out after 2030 would be voided. If he avoids such an injury, then he gets an opt-out in 2030. So this means now, because he's going to miss 120 straight games, they get a $15 million option on him. Like, I hope they're not doing that. But I have a list. Thank you, Riley, for printing this up. Marcelo Meyer today, who's been carrying the offense the last few days, out today with back stiffness. He's just carrying the load. Garrett Crochet, left shoulder inflammation, now left lat tightness, 60-day DL. Roman Anthony, still listed as a right wrist sprain, Skaz. Last I checked, it wasn't his wrist, right? Remember they said it was finger? Is it his wrist or his finger? What is it? It says right wrist sprain. What is his injury? Romy Gonzalez, left shoulder surgery. Patrick Sandoval, left biceps discomfort. Tristan Cassis, left abdominal strain. Trevor Story, remember him? Unk. Sports hernia. Nick Sogard, oblique strain. Oh, we should watch that one. It happened on June 3rd. Oh, yeah. Today's what? The 10th? Will he be back by the weekend?
Eileen, no.
Cutter Crawford.
Who?
Cutter Crawford.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a while.
Right flexor irritation.
I think the Red Sox are giving a lot of people irritation this year, Joe.
Expected to return after the All-Star break. Not progressing as hoped. Hope to soon get checked by team's medical staff. Johan Oviedo.
Who?
Johan Oviedo.
I'm sorry?
Remember the guy they traded the password for?
No, I don't. I've never seen him.
Right flexor strain.
Oh.
What's this flex? There's a couple of these.
It seems like a pattern, Joe.
What's the flexor? Is it?
I wonder if that has anything to do with all the ass they throw and not the gas.
Not the gas.
Yeah, I wonder.
Johan Oviedo, 60-day hurt on April 3rd. Will soon start forearm strengthening exercises, guys.
I've heard of those. Give you a couple pointers.
And finally, Tanner Houck, torn ulnar, his elbow. Right flexor pronator strain.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of Abdulnator. Remember him? I don't know about pronator, though.
He got hurt March 10th. making 75 throws out of 100. Oh, he threw from 105 feet this week.
Exciting.
30 throws at 60 feet 3 days a week. He's throwing change-ups. Targeting mound work, late June.
Almost there. We're almost there, Joe.
It's a problem.
No.
My thing is this, guys. Breslow's probably toast, okay? He's toast.
What a shame.
They're going to trade Wilyer. They're going to trade Chapman. They're going to trade Sonny.
Willier's gone now, too. You've decided
Willier's
that?
gone, too.
Why Wilyer?
Well, I'm sorry, Wilson.
Oh, Contreras. Okay.
Well, Wilyer, he can hang around for a little bit. I mean, you're just going to keep that outfield forever of Wilyer, Roman.
So I'm trading Duran. See you later.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like if Duran's gone. Oh yeah, Duran's gone. I don't know if Trevor Story comes back in time. Can they get rid of him?
Just cut him.
They owe him money. There's a lot of problems. Whether it's ownership, whether it's the chief baseball operator, whether it's Driveline, whether it's their pitching coordinator, whether it's the whatever. It's the manager. It's the base coaches. It's whatever. All those things are really, really bad. The one thing you can't have is your team not trusting the medical staff. And right now, I don't trust the medical staff. So if I don't trust the medical staff and I don't even play their Skaz, how do you think Garrett Crochet feels right now? I mean, dude. Who's the guy, Caleb Durbin, who hit 2 home runs today, by the way?
Wow.
Remember, he saw a hitting guy where the boxing academy is.
Yeah, a guy not related to the Red Sox, right? Zero affiliation with the Boston Red Sox. He said, these guys have ruined me so much that I'm going to have to go see outside help. Are guys going to have to start doing that with their medicals now, too?
So that's my point. Exactly. Boom. It's bad everywhere, right? But the medicals is like, you can't mess with that. This is people's careers. This is livelihoods.
They're a joke of an organization, and I think that's putting it lightly.
That's the take today, guys. It's.
How about their starting pitcher today, Joe? He must have been there a couple days before the game started, right?
Okay. So, this is what I have on it.
Oh.
The radio broadcast mentioned that he flew in today.
Yes, I believe that was Will Fleming that said
the
that.
The Wills.
The Wills.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Will
yeah,
Middlebrooks,
one of them.
maybe. I didn't listen. But later on, it got filtered that he arrived last night. So Skaz, I don't believe it.
Why would you? That sounds like word came from above, Joe. That
exactly.
he came last night. I don't know if you heard. It wasn't today.
So whether it was last night or today, when they sent Brian Bayo back last week, they knew he was starting.
Yeah, we knew Bennett was going to start Sunday, I think, for this game.
So what, they wanted him to hang out in Worcester? Did they save a flight?
The good eats up there, Joe.
There's great eats up there. Maybe. By the way, the players stay in those really nice lofts out there. I don't know when you're at the field, you can see these lofts in right and left field. Beautiful, beautiful places. Have I been like this year with the Skaz? This is bad. The medical stuff is bad.
You're coming around, Joe. Happy to see it.
It's bad. It's all bad.
Some people have Peyton Tolley as the best athlete in Boston right now, Joe.
Well,
now me, I couldn't go that far, but it depends on who you ask.
That is true. I did give my top 5 if you wanted to list.
Oh, top 5.
It's the same.
They're sweeping the nation.
It's the same top 5 list I gave you last week.
Top 5s.
I didn't change it.
That's good that the Red Sox are, it's June 10th and their TV station is doing top 5 lists because you can't talk about the baseball team.
Unfortunately.
Because they suck. That's good.
Well, I wasn't there today. Keith Folk was there today, though.
Oh, that's good. A guy they paid to do something, and he did it. Imagine that.
He did. He was in for me today.
Nice. Oh, look at that replacement.
Yeah, I mean, he's a closer.
He is a closer, Joe.
He's got a great changeup. Yeah, it's bad. Oh, hey, did you hear these records that they broke today?
I can't wait for these.
The first 4 hitters on Wednesday, Duran, Rafaela, Abreu, and Contreras, struck out every at bat. So, for example, Duran went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Ceddanne Rafaela went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Wilyer Abreu went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And Wilson Contreras. Like, you can't make this up, dude. I'm laughing because it's crazy. This stuff has never happened before, guys. This has never happened before. What was that stat that I'm looking for? It's the first time that has happened. The first 3 batters of a game have struck out, and I believe it was since 1931. Believe that was the stat today. The Red Sox have the fewest home runs in baseball. They added 2 today. It's bad, everybody. It's very bad. Dylan's in the car. Dylan.
What's up, Joe?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, Joe?
Hi.
Quick. I want to keep it quick. The Red Sox should just blow it all up. There's no point because the best case scenario, you get into the playoffs in a weak American League, and you get bounced in the first round. So there's no point. Blow it all up.
Dylan, I think they should set the market. I think that they should set the market. I mean, guys, just think about this. Guys, if we were here, right? Let's just say we were at the golf course. Jake's back there. Let's say we played as a foursome, right? Me and Jake, you and Riley. And first couple of holes, I'm just shanking it slicing every drive, slicing. You would think by hole 5, maybe I would try to just get it right in the fairway, right? These guys are quitting. They're quitting. Jarren Duran goes to the plate, strikeout. Next time, strikeout. Next time, strikeout. And then Rafaela does it. I mean, they might really suck, Skaz. Like, it might just be that they really suck.
Joe, I think they suck.
It could be that. So maybe
I've got bad news for you.
I hope I'm not reaching. They really suck.
They're bad at baseball.
But when you have your first 4 guys strike out and then do it the next at bat, and then the next at bat, hang on, and then the next at bat, that's quit. So they might really suck that bad. It's hard for me to believe that they suck that bad, but they might really do. But now they're quitting. They're quitting. They're quitting. And have you noticed they announced it after the game? They knew. Once Garrett Crochet's walking around, they're being like, yeah, dude, they screwed it up. My arm's done my lat. Everybody in there went, oh, geez. Everybody went, oh, boy. I'm telling you, I don't know how Craig Breslow is going to make it the rest of the week. Yesterday, there was talks about don't fire him because there's been so much turmoil. Dude, you're living in turmoil right now. You are the turmoil. You know how people say, hi, I'm the problem, it's me? You know that song, Riley, right? It's me, hi, I'm the problem? Oh, Craig Breslow, you are the problem. And I'll blame ownership because they hired you. But, oh, boy. You have created the worst offense in Red Sox history. Ever. And now the players might not trust your medical staff. And they're quitting on you in Tampa Bay. Legitimately quitting on you. Justin and Lynn. Hi, Justin.
Hey, Joe. It's organizational, Joe, that's going on with the Red Sox. It's organizational right now, Joe. They don't know they don't know what's going on with any of the injuries. Getting bad communications. It's just bad, Joe. And it needs to be fixed now.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right, Justin. It needs to be fixed now. Do you know there's almost 100 games to go? What's their record right now? Let me get this right, because they're 12 games under, Skaz. That's not good. Okay. So let's do some Joe math. The Red Sox are currently 27-39. They play 162 games, right? So 27 plus 39 equals 66. So, yeah, just under 100 games. 96 games left, Skaz. 96 games left.
And the season's over, Joe.
It's over. It's over.
It's done.
I'll agree with you. It's over. My thing is this. Can you save the season with 96 games? Meaning...
Not this team. Not with this roster. Not with this front office.
Because now you're going to have to move Wilson, Contreras.
Chapman.
See ya.
If you don't, it's a failure.
I mean, Sonny Gray's been great. He really has. But, dude, you should be able to get a bucket load for him, don't you? Don't you at least ask for a king's ransom? Or do teams now know, like, we're not doing deals with you. You guys suck. And, could the medicals be bad on some of those guys now? It's not good, everybody. Keith and Pepperell, Hickey.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Yo.
You know who this crochet injury thing is good for? Michael Holley.
Oh yeah, we just played it last segment.
Proves everything that he said.
Oh yeah, did you? No, you must have missed the last segment then.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
No, but you know what? No, double down. Go ahead, because that's what we opened with. We brought up the Michael Holley, Jaron Duran. Jaron Duran called out the basically NBC Sports Boston for lying about injuries, and I feel as though the Red Sox medical staff might be lying about their injuries, or maybe just a little. Go ahead.
There is no trust left. I mean, they've burned all that down. You can't trust anything that they do now. They need to clean house. They need to get rid of the guys that you were just talking about, restock, and get Bristol the F out of town.
Thank you for not swearing. Thank you for not swearing. Danny in the car. Hi, Danny.
Hey, good evening. Is Skaz working with you tonight? I'm just tuning in.
He is. He's behind the board.
All right, awesome. So may I do my impression of John Henry, please?
Sure.
I'd like to really start with Warner and let's go Red Sox, let's go Red Sox. Then we'll follow up with Full Throttle, and then we are going to end it with, I would like to thank you for putting your fannies in the seats in Fenway and selling out. Do you understand what it costs to fuel the yacht? It's $9 a gallon for diesel. I thank you for your patronage. Have a good night.
Thank you, Mr. Henry. It is expensive these days, Skaz, the yacht.
First time we've heard from him in a while.
Knee slapper, did you hear that? You hear that?
It's the only time you're going to hear from him all season, Joe. Unless it's, at a charity event where he's getting an award.
Yeah, where he talked about the lockout.
Yes. He seems quite focused on that lockout.
He has been at the games, though. He has been there.
Yay.
I wonder, I don't know. I think he was with someone young. I don't know if it was his kid or not. But he was showing his kid, like, his phone. And I just sometimes wonder if,
Looking at the stocks, Joe. That's how much money the Red Sox made this week.
I thought maybe he's making his lineups.
With what? You think he knows who Caleb Durbin is? Who's that little guy over there? New ball boy?
I think I'm turning on Durbin, dude.
No.
You're
why? Turning on Caleb Durbin? When were you a fan of the guy?
So the little guy sucks.
Yeah, he's got little teeth, little arms.
But going outside the organization worked. He's smart. He knows he's doomed as it is. And he went outside the organization. I mean, remember we got on Mac Jones for doing it, right? Or Bill got on Mac Jones for doing it. It's over, guys. It's over because the players won't trust that medical staff. You think they're going to trust Breslow now and what he says? It's over. It's over. And watching those guys strike out tonight the way that they did, I'm trying to find the stat. There was some sort of stat.
I believe it's in Slack.
It was like the first time it's happened in years. But if you're just tuning in, well, we'll tell you in headlines in a minute here. There's an update on...
you want the stat, Jim?
Yeah, please.
The Red Sox are making history with their first 3 hitters in the lineup, striking out for the 3rd consecutive time to start the game. No team has done that since 1901.
01. I said 31.
Yeah. 01. That'd be 0-1. 1901. Not 2001. 1901.
That's quitting.
That's a long time ago.
And I feel, in a way, like... Duran, I don't care about. Rafael and Abreu have put up pretty decent seasons, right? For a team that has 0 offense, they're at least... Like, Cedar Rafael is not a 2-hitter. He's not a 2-hitter. But look what he's doing. And you know what else? Just one more thing, just to really, like, drive it home one more time. Look how many walks they had. Have you noticed this about the team? They don't walk anymore? Let's see. Anybody walk today? Well, Mickey Gasper walked. Ooh, Connor Falefa walked twice. They don't walk. They don't work counts. And now they don't trust the medical staff. It's done. It's done, everybody. It's over. Today was it. The Garrett Crochet news, which we'll tell you right now in headlines, that's going to do it. And Skaz has always asked the question, who do we see first? Do we even see Roman Anthony now going forward?
I think if you enjoy the nightlife scene in Boston, you have a pretty good chance of seeing Roman Anthony, from what I understand. But on the baseball field, Joe, I'm not so sure.
So we heard from John Henry today on the show. And,
yeah, I mean, as much as any Red Sox fan could hope.
And maybe you'll see Marcelo Meyer and Roman Anthony out in Boston this summer.
Big week, man. I'm sure maybe they'll stop by Boston Stadium over there.
World Cup, you think
shaking hands? Yeah.
You know? Maybe they'll be like, hey, and everybody, the Boston Red Sox, and everyone's like, who? Because it's the World Cup. Anyways, there's a big basketball game tonight, right?
Big one.
I want to get into that. And is Wemby a dirty player? We'll do all that.
I hope so.
We'll do all that and more coming up next on the Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. I was just watching the video Riley cut up for us. It's funny because I have the list in my hand. It felt like it was like the list of Jericho, you know, where it's like, look at this. We only got 3 pages worth.
You know what? You just made the list.
Garrett Crochet just made the list.
You know what? You just made the list.
And then next it will be, watch, Wilson Contreras is next because he's dealing with a little bit of a, what was that? Forearm irritation? Actually, what did they call it here? Hang on.
Flexor strain, Joe.
Flexor irritation.
Oh, yeah, a lot of irritation
So
down
is there a difference between a flexor strain and a flexor irritation? I just was driving in. I heard Carabas and Matt. And, you know, I heard, I only listened for a little bit, but basically Carabas was like, I'd love to have a conversation with Theo. And I'm sitting here like, screw all that. Medical staff, what's going on in there? Is there anybody there that can talk to me about the medical staff? Or can anybody just tell me, like, you know, just tell me. Like, hey, Joe, there's a problem there. Because I won't talk about it anymore. If they're transparent about it and they're working on it, then that's the best course of action.
Joe, we're led to believe Tim Healy, right?
Oh, yeah. Friend of the show.
Works for
Globe.
Who owns?
The Pizzuti Henry family, yes.
Owns
the
that.
Globe, yep.
Now, he said the Red Sox ownership not even considering firing Craig Breslow. Do you think they're doing their job if they haven't even discussed it?
Ooh. They've discussed it.
So we are led not to believe Tim Healy then.
No. I believe the report.
In the report, he states they have not even discussed it.
That's a lot. That's I won't say word lying.
Further, amid the team's underperformance and speculation that Breslow may be on the hot seat, the club's ownership hierarchy, which I would have to assume includes Theo Epstein, Sam Kennedy, and John Henry, has not even discussed making a change, the source said.
That's posturing. I would call it posturing.
I would call that, and I like Tim Healy and think he does good work, but that feels false. And if it's not, things are even worse and more of a disaster down there than we're led to believe.
They have had to have a discussion on Breslow when they fired Cora.
You
right?
would think, Joe, but the reporting says otherwise.
So I was happy that they moved on from Cora. And I was happy because of his control, right? The control that he had. Now I can see that he had control of everything because now everything's out of control. So I'm not saying that they made a bad move moving on from Cora. What I'm telling you is he had way too much control. I mean, is this turning into a Gerard Mayo situation? Like, is this turning into you had a guy here that got multiple GMs fired, had too much control, and when you fired that guy, everything was out of control. And now you want ownership to have control again? Oh boy. You're not, and I'll be honest with you, I don't want upper management involved in this. They need a baseball guy. I don't know who the name is. I don't have the name. I don't have the name. But make no mistake about it. There is a lot of loose lips going on in there. Because you heard Buster Olney also say in an interview with Rob Bradford that the ownership is making calls with other teams to improve the team. So are they not firing him? Or was that just the kiss of death, Skaz? Because since that report, how many wins do they have? That was Monday, right? Monday? Because you guys broke the news on the show.
That'd
remember?
be 0 wins, Joe?
0. I call that kiss of death. That happens all the time in jobs, too. Hey, we love your performance. You're doing great. Then you're fired the next week because you didn't take a bad deal from them. We'll hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray. This hour of the Sports Hub has been brought to you by our good friends, because we have great friends. And they're over at DN Van Lines. Take the chance out of your move and make the sure bet with DN Van Lines. An approved mover to the Department of Defense, DNVanlines.com. I did promise the Wemby conversation. I got your Bally's pick of the night coming up. It's regarding the game. Is Wemby a dirty player? We'll have that and more next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Patrick Mahomes is going to get $500 million. I wonder what that means for Drake May's future contract. Headlines, they are brought to you by Boston Prolotherapy. Don't let joint pain keep you off the course or trail. Eliminate that pain with Dr. Franke of Boston Prolotherapy. I'm Joe Murray.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Formerly Twin River. I keep hearing people call it Twin River, and I just want to tell them that it's not Twin River. It is now Bally's Lincoln. So if you hear anybody say it, be like, it's Bally's Lincoln, bro. My pick every night. Bally's has 4,000 slots, over 100 table games, concerts, dining, and a full hotel spa. Visit Bally'sLincoln.com. Follow Bally's Lincoln on Instagram. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 877-9-GAMBLE. Going back to the well tonight. I think that the New York Knicks win. I am taking the Knicks -2. Should I give you the? I thought I saw it at 2.5 earlier. I like -2. If I have to do -2.5, I will. Let me just check with the powers that be that is the line. But I think New York comes back and wins tonight. And Mike Brown, I don't like that he mentioned the officials in the fourth quarter free throws.
You didn't like that, Joe?
No, because not this early. Not this early. Can't do it this early.
But I think this game is the series, though.
So maybe that's the way he's looking at it, too.
Like, he knows his team. They lose this game. Maybe he's thinking we're not winning a best of 3 with 2 in San Antonio. So I didn't hate that. It worked for Craig Berube. People around here should remember that.
Worked for Berube. Well, I just go back to the 2010 Celtics Lakers where Phil Jackson said 2 things. He called out the refs for Leon Powell, if you remember that. Powell. And then he flat out said in a Game 7, hey, this team has a history of blowing leads late. And they did. That team did that year. I'm not calling them front runners. That team wasn't, because they won a lot of games from behind. 2.5, Skaz. Oh, I can't buy the hook. So 2.5 tonight. Going with the New York Knicks. Kind of lean over 216, but not going to touch that one. You're right. And it might be a panic move now, Skaz. Could it be a panic move now? Could it be that if it doesn't work out tonight, does that mean that it starts to snowball for the New York Knicks?
I think this is the series tonight. Maybe that's, a little short-sighted, but I think you're up 3-1, series is over, and San Antonio can somehow tie it up 2-2, and they have a best of 3 with 2 games at home, I think the Knicks will be very tight.
Wemby will not have that flagrant foul that we talked about last night. Reading here, I have the sound, but I'll just read it for you. Mad Dog. Mad Dog, right? Belichick. Wemby's a dirty player. It was out of line. You're giving the Knicks a lot of juice tonight, and that's not what San Antonio needed to do. Mad Dog was reacting to Wemby not receiving a flagrant foul for shoving Jalen Brunson in Game 3. Mad Dog knows New York, dude. I'm going to ride it. That was the worst we've seen the Knicks play all year. If I was to give my analysis on the game, I think the Knicks had too many turnovers. And I think Karl Anthony Towns settled for threes instead of trying to get to the hole. You can't have one of your star players not get to the line in the fourth quarter. We say that about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, right? Karl Anthony Towns has been great. He's coming back to reality now. And I think he's settling on 3-point shots instead of being the big and down in the basket. Jalen Brunson can't do it all is my point. And what's funny? Whenever OG Anunoby goes off, I feel like the team has struggled because he's not doing the other things, right? Someone just goes pow right in the kisser. So anyways, we'll leave it there. We're going to talk to IIlay Feingold of the Revs. I know he's been nursing an injury, but Maybe he's got an update on these World Cup for us or what's been going on with the Revs. So we'll talk to him shortly. You think Wemby's a dirty player, Skis?
I don't particularly think he's a dirty player. I think he plays hard and he tries to protect himself out there. I don't consider it really dirty. He starts landing in guys, zones and stuff like that. We can have a different conversation. Throwing a couple, pushing guys around, that's not dirty to me. Landing in people's airspace, that's dirty.
I think Draymond Green is dirty.
Well, kicking guys in the nuts, I would say, gets you that reputation.
I think he's dirty. I think Dylan Brooks sometimes is dirty. Wemby's at least been like, I know I'm a young player, but I'm not going to be treated like that.
Yeah, I think it's more of I think it's kind of a directive that the organization has almost bestowed on Wemby to protect himself, and he's taken it, to heart. He went and did all that training in the offseason. I think he knows he has to protect himself.
Still pissed about the Red Sox. Like, this is supposed to be exciting game time. By the way, Kyle Schwarber's on my television. I know we got IIlay Feingold coming up shortly. And we were just talking about Wemby in the game. Should we look back at the Garrett Crochet trade?
I might have to look back at a couple Red Sox trades, Joe, with what's going on around the league.
The Crochet trade, though, like, I would have done it always. Like, you can acquire a guy that's a Cy Young candidate, you got to do it, right? And he won a playoff game. So, like, 10 out of 10, would I do it again? Yeah. But did you see, was it Montgomery last night? Walk-off home run in his Major League debut. He's the 5th player to ever do that. I think Kyle Teal's, they could use a Kyle Teal, don't you think? If they've ruined this Crochet thing, dude, they gave up 3 big-time prospects.
Joe, does the name Bryce Eldridge mean anything to you?
Yeah, I've heard the name before.
He was the prospect the Red Sox should have gotten from the San Francisco Giants for Rafael Devers and didn't.
Yeah, they didn't because they didn't want to have any money.
He made his MLB debut today. Not last night like Braden Montgomery, earlier today. Would you like to know what he did?
Please, I did not.
He had a walk-off grand slam.
Wow.
Just saying.
How's Tibbs doing?
I'll have to check.
What about Kyle Harrison struggled the other night finally?
He had one bad start, yep.
Dude, there can be a 30 for 30 on this thing, dude. It's bad. I know I want to talk about the basketball game. It's exciting. I can't stop thinking of the dumpster fire that has happened here. Like, if Bregman was here, Skaz, it still happens. It still happens. This all still happens. Hey, didn't Bregman get hurt last year and was supposed to be back sooner than we thought, too? Kyle Schwarber just went deep. Literally off a lefty, smoked. Oh, and he watched it, too. This is a nightmare. This is why Breslow has to be fired today. I think it's today, Skaz. I think it's today. I think we're going to get breaking news before 11 o'clock tonight. You can't go on with this. You can't do this. I can't do it anymore. I can't. This is terrible. Now guys are quitting. Literally quitting. Oh, do you know who tapped out early today, by the way? Marcelo Meyer. I know it's not in his best interest to do that, but you know what? You guys tried to trade me during the week. Been hitting the long ball lately. A couple of hits yesterday. A home run the day before. You guys. Oh, and Garrett Crochet is on there. You guys can take this one.
I'm also being told not Eldridge's debut. He's been up for a while, and he is the Giants' best hitter. And why I saw him today was because he's the youngest player in history to hit a walk-off grand slam. So I would say that makes it even worse.
I would say it's worse.
Worse.
So even whether his debut or not, if he's their best hitter, it's worse.
Bad. You should have tried to get that guy. And maybe the guy you did get, you shouldn't have immediately flipped for, I don't know, Dustin May. That's just me.
Let's go to break. Do some soccer talk. The World Cup's coming, everybody. You ready? Are you ready? We'll do that next on the Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Hey, it's Zoe, and you can design your dream outdoor.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, I'm Joe Murray. Well, there's a lot going on. We just mentioned the Red Sox. They lost. Garrett Crochet's hurt. The NBA Finals continues tonight. And the World Cup begins tomorrow, everybody. And our next guest here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, of course, he is the defender for the New England Revolution, and he's joined us before, and he's back again. It's IIlay Feingold joining us here on the Sports Hub. IIlay, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, how are you?
Are you ready for the World Cup? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Also, I have like 3 friends here with me, so we're going to one game, the France versus Norway one, so we can't wait, bro.
Ooh, so France, who has Mbappe, right, one of the best players in the world. Could you tell us some of the players that you're going to be looking for, and what some of our listeners should be looking for in that game?
Yeah, I mean, I cannot point like on one player. You know, in this game, there's so much quality, like top players in the world. Like you have Haaland, the Norway side, Odegaard, like top players, and for sure all of their squad is like, you know, great players. Also France, you know, it's not just Mbappe. There's so many good players over there. So I cannot name you like one player. Like it's going to be so good game in general. I'm really expecting for a great tournament.
Is there anyone you're influenced by, like one player that you watch and you're like, man, I love everything he does? Is there a certain player out there that you really admire?
Yeah, I would say probably because I'm a right back, I would probably say Ashraf Hakimi from Morocco. I think he's a top player, not just as a fullback. He's a great player in general. And yeah, it's very exciting to see him playing, you know. And in general, like as a player, of course, I would say Messi is the player that I love the most. So I really hope that he can win his second World Cup.
What was it like being on the same field as Messi? Was it, you know, was it an experience?
Yeah, I mean,
what was that like?
Yeah, it's a dream. It's a dream that I will take with me forever. You know, it's something that I dreamt since I just started playing soccer. And yeah, it's a great opportunity, you know, to feel, you know, how does it feel, you know, to play against the greatest player of all time? Crazy experience that I cannot even describe.
Well, you know, it's the World Cup. It's a huge time. I'm sure you've watched it many times in your career, but can you talk about playing for the Revolution, them hosting a game at Boston Stadium? You're going to be going to one of them, but can you just talk about maybe some of the differences in the hype and the vibe of how big this event really is for the city of Boston, Massachusetts, and being here in New England?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge tournament, and I really hope that after that tournament we can maybe have more fans in our game. In general, we have great fans, and I think our stadium is great. It's huge, and the quality of the stadium, everything is really great. And yeah, as I said before, it's great. I think for the city, for the country, for the culture of soccer in the United States, and hopefully we can see more fans.
Mm-hmm. IIlay, you're from. I wanted to just let our listeners know. IIlay Feingold joining us here. He's plays for the Revolution. He's a defender. You've played in plenty international tournaments yourself for Israel. That's where you came from. I believe you're one of the only players in MLS from Israel. Is that correct?
I have in my team one more player from Israel, and in general we are six players.
Wow.
Total in the MLS, yeah, 6 Israelis.
All right. Well, during your experience playing internationally, are there any players in this year's World Cup that you've played against in the past or at youth tournaments?
You mean in the World Cup?
Yes.
So I played versus France when I did my senior debut for Israel. Mm-hmm. So my senior debut was against France. So it was huge for me, you know, playing against those guys in the top level. Yeah, it's great. It's really great. It's a great experience.
So are there a lot of players from that 2023 FIFA Under-20 World Cup? I know you guys were the runner-up for that one. But
you mean about that World Cup?
Yeah.
I would say some of them from Brazil. I'm not sure if they made it to the first squad that actually plays now in the World Cup.
Yep.
But we played against great names from Brazil like Savinho and Andre Santos, like really good players who play. Both of them are playing Premier League, you know. So yeah, it was great.
Awesome. IIlay Feingold joining us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. IIlay, just, you know, soccer's so big, right? You've been in New England now for a couple of years. Why should people go to the game? Why do you think people should get on a train or come to Boston Stadium, Gillette? Why should people go out there and see these games? And why is this the biggest sport in the world?
I mean, yeah, as you said, in my opinion, that's going to be like the biggest competition in the world. You know, like World Cup is something that all the people around the world like wait for like 4 years. And atmosphere is crazy. People are so united, you know. You see people from so many different nations, and they don't really care like where they're from. They're just united, and the atmosphere is great. And yeah, it's the best level of soccer. For me, it's the best sport in the world. And as I said before, I really hope that after that tournament we can see maybe more fans in the MLS. I know that this league is growing. Like big names are coming to the MLS, and hopefully after the tournament, like people will realize how good is soccer and how good is it, to come and see games, and they can have like good quality time with their families. So yeah, hopefully we can see more fans after that tournament, especially here in Boston.
Well, I'm excited, man. It all kicks off. These are some of the games. Thursday will be the Mexico-South Africa. I'm going to be watching. Do you watch every single game?
Yeah, of course. I would love to watch. I don't know if I will be able to watch every game because there's some practices and everything, but I really hope that I can see every game, yeah.
So how are you doing, man? I know you've missed some time. Yeah, the team's doing well, right? 8-5-1. You're fourth in the East right now. You guys haven't played in a while. You won't be playing until later on, July 22nd, against Toronto. But how are you feeling? How are you doing these days?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm injured right now, so I'm doing my rehab, and hopefully I'll be back soon. But in general, I'm really happy with the team this year. I think we're showing great soccer, really positive, and yeah, now we're fourth in the table, and I know this team has more to show, like everyone, like individually and collectively. So yeah, it's going to be a really exciting season. We need now we have time to rest, to enjoy World Cup, as you said, and time with the families and to recover. But again, when we will be back, we need to do our job and to be able to get the playoffs.
I should ask you this before we let you go. How cool is it to have a teammate like Matt Turner make it to the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, for me, playing with Matt is like it's great. It's great. This guy has so much experience. He felt like how does it feel, to play in the top level Premier League, and also it's his second World Cup. I'm really happy for him. I think he's a great goalkeeper. For me, he's the best goalkeeper in this league by far. But yeah, I really hope he will make a great tournament. We all support him, and yeah, we can't wait to have him back again with us after the World Cup.
All right, I have Spain winning the World Cup. I have them beating France. Do you have a favorite, and is there a team you think we should watch in the World Cup?
We should watch.
Or a sneaky team,
yeah,
like a sneaky team.
A sneaky means like a team that no one is expecting and they can maybe like surprise us or something?
Exactly, yep.
I would say probably Norway. I think Norway is a great, I think they're underrated. Like, not so many people like really pay attention for them, but for me, I think they can be a big surprise this World Cup.
Norway, did you hear that, Skaz? We might have to look into some of those Norway games that are coming up.
I think so, yeah. They're great players. Great.
I like hearing that. And who do you think wins the World Cup?
It's a tough question. I have a feeling that Spain will probably win it. But Spain, I want Argentina to win, as I mentioned before with Messi, but I think Spain will win it.
You got it. Well, Eli, man, I hope your rehab goes well. I know you're working hard to get back out on the field, and the team's doing well this year, man. 8-5-1. You get to enjoy the World Cup. Maybe you'll be inspired when you guys return on July 22nd against Toronto, and we love having you on, man. So you got some buddies coming up, huh, to watch the game at Gillette?
Yeah, for sure. You
got to show them around the city, huh?
Say again?
You're going to show them around the city?
Yeah, no doubt about that. I feel like I'm like a local guy, and I'm so not local. But when they come here, I feel like I'm local.
That's right. You are a local, Eli. You're now living here, and we love watching you with the.
Yeah, refs. I mean, I guess you're right.
All right, Eli. Enjoy the World Cup, man. Good luck on your rehab. And,
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
I'll be watching for Norway. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Got it. All right. Thank you. He's IIlay Feingold, everybody. He's on the Revs. He's a defender. And he loves Messi. He thinks Argentina is going to win.
He's an Erling Haaland guy, Joe. Norway. They got the big striker up there.
I don't know. Have you heard the conversation yet that I had with Beetle and Zoe yet? It was somebody made like a little.
Your soccer breakdown.
Yeah. It was. I was embarrassed.
You guys weren't aware of how the game started.
Well, I kind of knew that. You have a coin toss, and then you choose. Whoever wins chooses what end they want to kick to, and then they put the ball down, and then you kick it. Right?
Pretty much.
I've always known that though. It's just that I don't know how Beetle and Zoe were sold on what I was saying though. So he gets to go to a game, huh? Would you go?
Depends. I may have had an opportunity to go Saturday night, but I'm hesitant. I know it would be wonderful, but I don't do well in those crowds and or traffic.
Let's talk real. I would love to go to the World Cup. Right? Bucket list. Next year, guys, I'm trying to get us tickets for the Notre Dame Navy game.
I'd like to travel to the World Cup, though, I think. Like, I'd like to go.
Ooh, like you'd want to go to.
Like, go to a USA game in a foreign, country. I think that would be.
Like, see some hooligans from Germany?
Yeah, or just take in the culture of another place, I think, would be the real way to take in the World Cup.
You've seen Green Street Hooligans?
I have.
I love
Elijah Wood, yes.
Love that movie.
Sad movie.
Man, I forgot about
Good one, though.
Very good. But, like, I think it's real. Like, I think there really are hooligans.
Oh, Joe, it's beyond real. Yeah, John Henry's afraid of those people. For the Draymond Greens and the people that complain about the fans around here, I would say look at the crowds overseas for their sporting events and what goes on, the massive police that they need to, bus rides and timed out events and schedules.
Yeah. Look, being serious, like, if they called me and said, "Hey, Joe, I got 2 tickets for you for the World Cup," I would probably, I don't know, would I park somewhere in Uber? Am I going to park at the stadium? I'm not going to take the train out. Although I know they're probably an advertiser. But I don't do the train anymore. I grew up on the Orange Line. My days are over. Would I park?
Zoe really taking some shots at public transportation.
He's never done it, but he
frowns upon.
I would say don't knock it until you try it. I'll tell you off the air what I've been doing lately. It's been so convenient. Having that casino in the city, man, I'm telling you, dude. Because the thing is, you can play a couple of hands. You can then go anywhere in the city that you want, come back, play a couple of hands, and go home. Like, that's a great night. I did that last weekend. I went to the casino, went to the boxing event that was at Fenway, didn't have to pay to park to go in town, took a ride hill service back, walked around the casino for a little bit, see who was there, bing, bang, boom. It's fun times. Fun times. All right, we'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. I don't want people to think that we're not talking about the World Cup because I think it's very important. I'm going to be locked in tomorrow. I think once the games start, I'm going to watch all the games.
I'm going to be absolutely locked in. I can't wait.
But to be fair, it's probably not my strong suit. I'm just being transparent about it. I think I know enough about some of the big-time players, but I don't know, the attack that they have or their defensive strategy or even, I don't know any of that. So I can't give you an analysis. And I know Skaz watches a lot as well. But I'm going to talk about the games. I'm going to tell you what I see.
Tomorrow, 3 o'clock.
So, we'll have it here tomorrow. We'll have games to watch when it comes to the World Cup. All right, the NBA Finals just about to get underway. I know Mike's got a thought on it. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Joe. How's it going, buddy?
Good,
I got actually 2 quick things. First one, where you guys are talking about the World Cup. I actually had a buddy who offered me a ticket to go see the England game, and it was $1,000. Would you pay that to go see?
For one ticket?
Yeah, one ticket. Well, it was with my buddies.
So if I went with somebody, I paid that for WrestleMania 2 nights. Would you do that?
That's something that's near and dear to you, so that makes sense, I guess. I'm not the biggest soccer guy.
Where are you sitting? Where are you sitting?
It was good seats. I'll give them that. They were really good seats.
So, like, for example, I sat in luxury suites at WrestleMania in Vegas.
Right.
It was worth the money, right? We had complimentary food. It was worth it. So I had no regrets. But I don't know, man. Like, you can pick and choose, right? Like, I don't know. Would you go to the Notre Dame Navy game next year at Gillette?
That's a good question. I do like my dad's a Navy guy, so it makes sense.
Like I did Army Navy.
$1,000 is $1,000. That's a lot of money.
I did Army Navy. It was bucket list, man. It was awesome. It was
awesome.
I hear you. So that's what I mean. Like there are other options, but dude, like I think it's the riffraff that I don't want. And I'm not saying bad riffraff. It's going to be there's going to be a lot of people there, man.
Right.
And I'm just, that's not necessarily not my thing anymore.
Yeah, me too. My last thing quick is I placed a bet on the finals. I got Wemby and Towns to both get a double-double in a parlay. What do you think of that?
I hate parlays, but both of them have been putting up double-doubles, so I think it's a good one.
I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Good talking to you, brother.
You too, man.
In Game 3, neither Victor Wembanyama or Karl Anthony Towns had a double-double. I'll tell you that because I bet it in Game 3.
How many rebounds did Wemby have?
He didn't have 10, I'll tell you that, Joe. That's all I know. Or him and that was my bet last game. So I'm still bitter about it.
When I went to the barber shop recently to get a haircut, it was the Thunder Spurs game, and this kid goes, "Chet's gonna have a big night." Chet Holmgren. I looked at him, and I go, "Bro, I'm fading you." It worked. Here's the national anthem again that they're doing. John's got a thought on Encore.
Yeah, what's going on, man? I was just saying, so during the Bruins season especially, you go like a Tuesday night, you get some Bruins tickets. You can go down to Encore like 4. I'll get a room or whatever. They're cheap during the week, and they'll shuttle you to the game. You play a little bit before the game, get shuttled to TD Garden, get shuttled back. It's a sweet time all around.
No, John, I'm really glad you said that. I'm not endorsed by Encore. But the parking situation, the fact that you can, dude, they'll shuttle you over from Encore, but dude, you can take the boat now if you want,
and it's free. Like instead of paying $50 to go park or whatever, or deal with the fee or whatever,
and you're supporting the casino and the restaurants that are there. Like I think it's totally worth it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then tonight with the Spurs Knicks game, listen, the -2 is a great bet, dude. But I got a parlay that's got so many legs, the thing's crawling around my living room as we speak.
All right, what do you got?
I'm calling you tomorrow and let you know how it goes.
Okay, what is it?
And he's gonna let us know how it goes, Joe. Out on that. You can't tell us you got a parlay and then let us know tomorrow how it goes. How are we gonna know?
That's suspect.
How are we gonna know?
I don't like that. Well, the game's about to tip off. Why don't we hit the headline here? We'll get everybody caught up on what's happening in the sports world, including the Boston Red Sox, who have another injury. And I didn't get into this enough last night, but I want to bring up the Sorsby situation because it seems to be a sore subject. Get it? We'll get into that coming up next on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox lose today again. It was bad. What's really... here on the Sports Up. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? We're back here until 11 tonight. The game just got underway. Taylor Swift at the games, guys. Lock it up, baby. New York Knicks tonight. She's there. She did her Toy Story 5 song and rendition last night. I've been following. She's at the game tonight. I wonder how New York Knicks fans feel about her.
I don't think they care.
Oh, Adam Sandler's at the game. Should we crap on him because he's from New England?
New Hampshire guy. He's never claimed the Celtics, right?
He's well, besides the Bruins jersey?
Yeah. I think he's always been
Bruins.
I don't think of him as a Celtics fan.
This is why I brought the crap
Super
stuff
bad, your guy. He's a big Celtics fan there, McLovin.
Oh, McLovin, big.
Real Celtics fan.
McLovin, big Celtics fan.
McLovin or, Larry David and Ben Stiller. That's what you're competing against.
I don't know McLovin's real name, though.
Christopher Mintz-Plasse, I believe.
Oh, we have In or Out coming up. I think you might have something regarding the series.
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Interested in that. I was going to get into the Sorsby story, but I'm going to pause it for a minute because Rajiv, who's always got something intelligent to say to us, is on the line. Hello, Rajiv.
Hey, Joe. How you guys doing?
Good.
I know the Sox have been bumming everybody out, so I figured I would spread a little joy to your listeners. I called in actually last night and told Street Team Joe about this, so I don't know if he told you about it last night. But if people are trying to figure out what they're doing for dinner or going out to watch the game tonight or just want a cheap dinner option, and the deal ends tonight, by the way, but Buffalo Wild Wings, I don't know if you know, are doing bottomless appetizers for $9.99 because I've been seeing the commercials on TV for Applebee's $15.99 all-you-can-eat thing. Have you seen this commercial at all or known about this offer?
I have not, but would I go bottomless apps on? I would.
So this is the even better part. The $9.99 is not per person. It's for a party of 4, so that's less than $2.50 per person for bottomless appetizers.
So you mean to tell me I could get bottomless appetizers right now for me, Skaz, and Riley?
Yep.
And it would only
it's dine-in only, though. That's the only thing. So you'd have to do a remote shoot. But yeah, and if you have more than 4 people in your party, it's only $2.99 per person extra. But it's bottomless appetizers all night long for less than $2.50 per person. And the appetizers that you get to choose from are mozzarella sticks, fried pickles, their hatch queso, chips and salsa, large onion rings. And if you want to upgrade, you can get cheese curds or chips and guac for $3 extra. But, if you're trying to figure out with your buddies or whoever, and going out tonight and has hey, I want to watch the game or I don't know what to go for dinner, do it tonight because tonight's the last night for this offer.
What a PSA.
Hey, I figured I'd let you guys know because I know that your show always ends up late. So I tried calling him last night, but it was near the end of the show. So I told Street Team Joe about it, and he mentioned he would tell you about it. So I don't know if he ever did.
Do you know why Joe didn't pass the message along?
Why?
He's on a diet.
Ah, okay, all right.
No, but like he's, we're teasing him, right? Because,
Yeah.
Today he texted us he wanted pizza. And we're like, bro, what happened to the diet? And he just said that.
But anyway, I figured I'd spread some joy amongst all this, Red Sox news. So, yeah, any of your listeners out there or whatever, here's a cheap dinner option for tonight.
You're the man, Rajiv. Thank you, sir.
All right, take care.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. That's he's called in with some really good stuff lately, Rajiv. I should have asked him about the whale, living inside a whale. Maybe that's the next call. Oh, by the way, someone sent me a video on living inside a whale. Because that movie's coming out, right?
What did this video tell you, Joe?
I'll send it to you. I saw it on TikTok.
No,
someone sent it to me on TikTok. Somebody nameless says, "What is Joe's problem with the national anthem?" What is Joe's problem with the national anthem? Hello. You're on the air.
Hey, I've heard it, man. It was the national anthem, and you've been kind of ragging on it the last couple of times. You kind of ragged that Trump was on.
I never had a problem with the national anthem at all. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I did mention Trump got booed, but I don't have a problem with it. Why would I have a problem with the national anthem?
Well, you kind of said, hey, well, here's the national anthem. Was that you were just saying that it was just the game was kicking in? Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Oh, then I apologize. But I heard before you were kind of down. It sounded like you were a little. I understand it's Elizabeth Warren land, and I didn't mean to be
sir,
anonymous.
I am not political, so don't. If you have a political take,
Great,
you're wrong.
Joe. Thanks, because I thought you jumped the shark, man. I listened to your show, watch you on YouTube. Sweet. All right, I take it all back.
Yeah, maybe I was talking in. Well, I don't have a problem with the national anthem.
I love it.
I am not political.
And please don't. Please don't. I love the show. Catch you every night. Flick it on YouTube when I get home from work. I take it all back. Thanks, brother.
All right, buddy.
Keep it going.
Thank you. Okay, just to make does everybody have their assurances right now?
No, I have no idea what that was, Joe.
All right, Rajiv's back with the whale. Hey, Rajiv.
Hey, yeah. So I heard you talking about the movie yesterday.
Yeah.
And that actually did happen to a lobster fisherman, a lobster diver in 21 right off the coast of P-Town, where he got swallowed by a whale.
Yes, I remember this.
Yep.
It was in P-Town. He told the whole story about it. I remember. But my whole thing is they don't want to eat humans, right?
Correct. Some whales have teeth, but it's generally sort of not like killer whales or something like that, right? But for the most part, some of them have what's called like baleen, which are like bristles, sort of like to filter feed krill and stuff like that.
I'm gonna pull up that story, Rajiv. Dude, what do you do? You're smart. Why are you so smart?
I got it from my parents. You know, my dad was always, saying, always trying to preach about like learning and education and stuff, and he was like that. So that's just my brain. It's just like anything that's kind of interesting or whatever. I like to sort of spread the knowledge. Also, same thing with like food offers. I love to, in these days in these economies, and it's like try to help anybody else. So if I see something that's cool, I want to sort of share that with everyone.
All right, Rajiv, you're the man, dude. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Take care.
Thank you. Yes, a whale did get 8 in 20, whatever, 21. We're going to do in or out shortly. Rich is in Lowell. Hi, Rich.
Hey, Joe. Thanks for taking my call. How you doing, brother?
I'm hanging in there, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Are you ready to talk some soccer? I mean, it's coming up. Starts tomorrow.
Let's get our footsies on.
Listen, I am pumped because it's a long tournament, but it should be a fun tournament. Obviously, it happens in the U.S. Boston has its matches, even though it's out there. And I'm not a big U.S. team fan because I pay attention to everything, but I do think they're going to go far and everything else. And I know you're a gambling man, so who do you like?
I'm taking Spain to win it all, but I'm hoping that Lamine Yamal is ready to go. I know he's been nursing an injury, and I know he's just kind of a bit player. I don't want to call it bit player, but he's the best young player in the world, right? But he's not.
He is the best young player in the world.
Yeah, but
in that team, I don't think it's funny because he's the future, right? He's the way you looked at Mbappe like 10 years ago is the way you kind of look at him. I have Spain taking it all too, and I love the midfield. I love all of it. They're just a balanced team, and that philosophy of like a death by 1,000 passes works, especially in the World Cup. When the World Cup, you don't necessarily need like that prolific number 9 striker. So like Spain, I love. Everybody likes France. I love watching England lose, which will be great. They'll get far and then they'll implode, I'm hoping. And Brazil may do the same. But I don't know, man. I'm pumped. I know you sound a little down, and I take it as from the Sox from earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But I hope you are getting excited for the tournament. It should be dysfunctional in so many ways, considering everything going on around it. And FIFA's definitely messed up a ton of it in terms of just getting it organized. But the matches themselves should be very, very fun.
All right, we're going to be talking about it every night, Rich, so feel free to give your analysis.
I appreciate the time. Thank you, my friend.
Appreciate you, buddy. I've always bet Germany, Skaz. I don't know what it was, but Germany always played well. They were, and this was going back years now. And remember, sometimes I confuse the World Cup with some of those friendlies that they do, like the every 2 years.
The UEFA Nations League there?
Yeah, what was it Croatia that went deep and had a huge upset?
Well, Croatia has done well in World Cups as well.
Yeah.
Luka Modric, they went very far.
That was the team I took. And like when I tell you they were plus like 3,800 and I hit it, I was like, it was on a pure guess. Like I don't know this stuff. But I do look at lines, guys. And I don't love that Spain's the favorite. And when I look at France at plus 475, I feel like that's the final game. Everyone thinks that's just going to be the game to go to the championship, right? It doesn't always work that way. So England does interest me. Portugal's always hanging around, right?
They may have a Ronaldo problem, but yeah.
And like Brazil is always there, but how many times I've heard about the young Brazil group for the last 12 years?
So Brazil almost has no expectations this World Cup, which is crazy to say, but they've floundered in so many. Everyone will remember maybe not around here, but the Germany game where they get trounced 8-1. But they have Carlo Ancelotti as their manager, and if there's ever a guy, we don't even really know who to compare him to in American sports, but like, he's just a guy that's never dead. Like, if you have him as your coach, like, there's something about him in big games and stuff where his teams find a way. So I'm excited to see him as the Brazilian manager and just kind of see maybe Endrick, finally shows up. Maybe Neymar looks healthy for a little bit. Like, I don't know. Who knows? But I think it's the best sporting event in the world, so I couldn't be more excited.
I don't want to call them old, but when you're 40, you're older, right?
In soccer, you're ancient, unless you're, Gianluigi Buffon or something.
Well, I was going to say Germany has, is it Manuel Neuer? Is that his name?
Yes, the keeper there. Keepers can be older. That's not as crazy, but still, he's old.
But like I've watched this guy for how long now?
Greatest keeper of all time.
So that's what I'm trying to say. In like my head, I know that's the guy. It's probably his last World Cup, right?
You'd have to think so. Yeah. You feel bad for the guys that have been behind him for this long, that are starting at Barcelona and stuff, but can't play for their national team. Yeah, he's 40 exactly, Joe. And yeah, Ronaldo's 42. This could be Messi's last World Cup. Like, those are major storylines.
They have another guy, Germany, from Real Madrid. I can't remember his name.
Rudiger, Joe?
Rudiger. Antonio
Rudiger. He does the run.
Yes.
Very funny.
Yes.
He's the man. I'm a big Rudiger guy.
Tomorrow we should get the Zidane song going.
Zidane, yes.
You know what we should do? We should
have Street Team Joe do it.
I was going to say, have Street Team Joe just give him a bunch of names.
We should just give him World Cup rosters and have him introduce the teams.
And then just make the music.
He does we have the game at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. He's going to do the introductions,
Done.
the lineups. Done.
Oh, that's great. Sully is in Pepperell. Sully! Missed him. JJ on Uxbridge.
Big Joe, how's it going, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Listen, 2 questions. It's a 2-part question. 1, what do you think we should do with Duran? Trade him or keep him?
Trade him.
And 2, what is your best recommendation for deep dish pizza? I'm willing to go wherever on some Harold and Kumar type of stuff.
All right, where do you live, in Uxbridge?
I live in Natick right now.
Oh, Natick. Okay, go to Blue Square. It's in.
I've had it. It's not the best.
Wait. What'd you have though? Did you have the Detroit style? Did you have the Chicago thin?
I had the Detroit style. I'm looking for Chicago deep dish type style. I know you. I know you're the guy. I'm willing to go anywhere in Massachusetts. Anywhere.
But you want that deep dish.
I want the sauce in the bottom with the meats and the cheese. Wait, no. Is that? Yeah. And the cheese on top.
Oh, man. I'm trying to think of where, like, I
know it's hard around here, but.
Because not a lot of people make it.
No. I've had Blue Square. Blue Square is good, but.
I liked Blue Square. I thought the Detroit style. So Volo, but that would be Detroit style, and I think that you want that.
All right, I'll switch it up on you. Where's the best steak and cheese that I can get here in Massachusetts?
I think Carl's is fantastic in Waltham. But there's a place in Everett that seems to be getting a lot of attention. It's called Square Deli. It's right near the casino. It's right down the street. But
I frequent there.
They have a steak and cheese that's tremendous and great, just regular pizza.
Gotcha, Joe. You're the man. Thank you, bud.
All right, buddy. Thank you. I should ask Sammy P. Congratulations to Sammy P, by the way. Hired at Fox in Chicago. Our buddy Sammy back on television in Chicago. Congratulations to him. I wonder how he feels about the Indiana Bears. But he'll know what pizza is. Did you see that? He got a gig on
Looking
TV.
good behind the desk there, Sammy P. Yeah, hope he's not the guy that's got to, break the finalization of the Bears moving to Indiana live on the news. But I'm happy for him. Couldn't be happier for Sammy.
All right, this hour of the sports has been brought to you by Valvoline and Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You'll save 50% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline and Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. We're going to do in or out coming up next. We'll talk to Taylor Kyles as well at 9:20 tonight from CLNS. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox lose today 5-3. They did get 2 home runs from Caleb Durbin, but it wasn't enough after the game. Garrett Crochet says he has a latch train. Chad Tracy said that there's been progress. Craig Breslow has said nothing. What the hell is going on? We'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit. Game 4 of the NBA Finals underway over at Madison Square Garden. Spurs off to a lead right now, 30-17 in the first quarter. And Patrick Mahomes is getting paid. I'm Joe Murray, and this headline has been brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Diving effort. And he's got a breakaway. To the backhand. Throws it in. Coming to the spot.
The Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
She's going to Wendy's on her way home tonight.
Ooh, what is she? Can we hear the menu? Can you pop your mic on there?
She's getting a cheeseburger with extra pickles is what she's getting. And a baked potato.
You like pickles?
She loves pickles.
What's your favorite?
She doesn't have a dongle, unfortunately, is the problem we're running into.
Oh, like we can get, I borrow one from the studio down the way.
No, I told her to go take a walk.
Yeah. Like 2 studios down, you'll see. Where do we get those? You know what? The old building, we had those.
Yeah, Joe, we used to have a lot of stuff.
Like our brains.
How about talkback? That's not working tonight either.
Yours doesn't work?
I've tried to talk to you numerous times tonight, Joe. Have you heard me?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Would we tell Dennis that question?
I think he's aware.
Do you think he's on a boat?
I would hesitate.
It was funny. I asked him the other day. I watched this thing on TikTok. I know we got to get going. I watched somebody build a house to put it on a pontoon boat and have it live year round on the ocean. And then I thought about Dennis, how he lives in a boat. And when I said, "Hey, when's the last time you've been on the boat?" He goes, "I just got off." So he went from a boat in Quincy to the golf tournament, and he's going back out on the boat. I wish I had a boat. Like, I wish I was a boater.
I think it's better to know a guy with a boat than to be the guy with the boat.
And those gas prices, bro. I think it was $75 to fill mine today. Anyways, what was out on that?
All right, maybe something we can get you to be in on, Joe. 24 Jump Street is in the works. Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum, and Ice Cube are all in talks to return. Joe Murray, are you in or out on 24 Jump Street?
I really liked both of them. I got to tell you, those were really done well.
Pretty funny movies.
And the Ice Cube facial expression about his daughter is still awesome. I'll do it. You know why? You know why I do it? Because Scary Movie 6 has broken records, Skaz. And sometimes you just got to have a good... you just need a good sequel, prequel, threequel. Is that what they call them when they're 3? What do they call them when they're trilogy?
Trilogy.
I like threequel. I'm in. You know why? Because good actors. Channing Tatum. Is he going to play football in this one? And wait, did he marry Ice Cube's daughter?
We're going to have to find out, right, Joe?
In. Next.
All right, Joe, let's head to Fernando Mendoza, Joe, making some news. The number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft has filed for a trademark, the Nandalorian, which he may run into some trouble with Disney and Lucasfilm. Are we in or out on Fernando Mendoza trying to nickname himself the Nandalorian? So, Joe, the new the Baby Yoda movie is the Mandalorian in Grogu. He is going for Fernando, I guess, the Nandalorian.
For Nandalorian?
I'm out. It sucks.
Have you ever seen the movie, Riley?
The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
No, but I've seen clips of it. My brother loves it.
What do you think about Fernandalorian?
I don't know. It's kind of cringy.
After Fernando Mendoza.
I feel like he could do better than that.
I feel, yeah.
What about the Mendoza line?
I don't think that's something the Red Sox should aspire to reach the Mendoza line, but they can't even do that.
Out.
Yeah, that's a hard out. That's
agree.
bad. All right, Joe. Topic that we do far too often on the night show: funerals. Joe, our friends over at Titan Caskets have revealed a new casket they're offering for customers. Joe, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles inspired casket collection. Each design features the turtles' signature colors and a subtle reference to their iconic weapon of choice, depending on which turtle you choose. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles caskets?
Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines. Raffaello's cool but cruel. Michelangelo is a party dude. One had the stick. One had the
nunchucks, I believe.
That was Michelangelo. Leonardo had a sword. Can't remember now.
The blue one had the sticks, right? Or the purple one, I don't know.
No, that was Donatello. All named after famous artists.
Joe, it appears that Mitchell Robinson may have just took a swing at Wemby, and Wemby may have just said, "I'm in your head." So things are heating up at the NBA Finals.
Little smile over there. I think you should get whatever casket you want. I know someone that got buried in a Kiss casket.
Were they in the makeup?
Well, not when they died. Not when they were put in the casket.
Embalmed.
Yes, but no, they bought a Kiss casket.
What is a Kiss casket, if I may ask?
It had like the facial said Kiss. He's no longer with us, so I can't ask him. But I think that if you want to die in anything, you know what else is kind of wild? When you're dead, right? You know, it is kind of messed up that you need a trust. Oh, come on, Wemby threw down Brunson.
That was the other night.
Oh. Here we go. Here's the ooh.
Little forearm to the throat. Nothing too bad.
That was more of a like a Ryu, from Street Fighter. Looks like we got ourselves a game tonight. All right. Well, we got Taylor Kyles coming on from CLNS. Why don't we pause here, do some OTA stuff with him, and who knows what we got for the rest of the show here tonight. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, I'm Joe Murray. Well, the basketball game is on, and Taylor Swift's everywhere. She's wearing a shirt that says Stevie Nicks. But the only Taylor I care about right now is Taylor Kyles, CLNS, who joins us right now on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Taylor, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. That was really impressive. I like that segue. That was good.
Well, there's a lot of Tay talk going on tonight. How's it feel to smell the grass over at Gillette Stadium with OTAs?
Well, I don't really have a life outside of my girlfriend and football, so being back on the field, man, I felt back at home. It was a very slow day, though. I will admit this was more of a walkthrough today, but that just means tomorrow they're going to ramp back up and it's going to be intense before they go off for break. So I'm excited, man. It's been good.
All right, so let's get the contract stuff out of the way. Christian Gonzalez is there. He's speaking. Sounds like he's showing up. I don't want to call it hold in, but they're working on something there. And the other side of it is Keyshawn Boutte is there. Now, Bootie's been actually repping, right? But not Gonzalez?
Yeah, no, Keyshawn's been very involved.
Okay, so he's taking reps. And the other one that's not under contract is Gabe Akis. Do you think this is the second round, I'm going to hold out for guaranteed money, or is it the procedural part where the Patriots maybe aren't ready to give someone guaranteed money off a procedure?
I think it could be a little bit of both, honestly. The last time we saw Gabe Akis was during rookie minicamp. Obviously, haven't seen him since, but I think the procedure is significant. He did suffer a hamstring injury, I believe, during the pre-draft process. So there's a chance that even if he did sign the contract, he'd be on the sidelines. But not seeing him at all, I think that element definitely is tied to the contract. And just, reading Mike Vrabel's tone when he spoke about the situation, it didn't seem like he was necessarily happy. And I don't think that necessarily means he's not happy with Gabe Akis or that he as a player is off to a bad note. I think that Gabe Akis is listening to his agent. And maybe that's where the frustration is, that while a young player could be getting opportunities to at least, be on the field with his teammates and learning and getting any coaching tips possible, he's not even, potentially in the building. We're definitely not on the field. So I definitely think the procedure could be playing a factor in him not being on the field at all. But the fact that we haven't seen him, I think it's pretty obvious that that's tied to him not being under contract.
One thing I like about you, Taylor, is you see the game a little differently. You watch the film. You kind of see some of the things we don't during the games here. But have rookies made an impact at defensive end, pass rush, I guess, in the past or in this Mike Vrabel Patriots system? And if he's going to be a little bit behind, who then would take the reps and get more involved in potentially the pass rush this year?
Yeah, well, I think bottom line, Akis is going to have to earn any opportunities he gets. And when you look at the edge group in camp, it's really been the Draymond Jones and Elijah Ponder show. And maybe that won't excite people at home. Draymond Jones and Elijah Ponder aren't necessarily household names, but I will say Draymond is someone they're very excited about because he fits the play style that outside linebackers coach Mike Smith likes in his edge guys. He's big, he's physical, he can collapse the pocket just on pure power as a converted defensive end who's got some good athleticism. He's still a true edge guy, but he's still being powerful enough to kick inside. So Draymond Jones is going to be a factor. And across from him, I mentioned Elijah Ponder. This is someone I was high on before we even saw him on the field last year as a UDFA because he was at a small school, but his tape was freaky, man. Like, you look at his relative athletic score, he's comparable to guys like Khalil Mack and Chop Robinson. So, don't be fooled by the fact that he went undrafted. He's a very talented player. Mike Smith loved him last year, called him the best free agent signing for a rookie he'd ever seen. And you saw flashes, but it was a big jump in competition. So, obviously, still very much in the learning process last year. But we checked back in with Mike Smith, and he said that he expects a lot out of Elijah Ponder, said he's seen some freaky stuff from him at the top of some of his pass rushes. So, look, I want to emphasize it's a fool's errand to put a lot of stock into trench play at this phase because this is passing camp. There's no hitting. Everybody knows what's coming. So, take that with a grain of salt. But it's not like the Patriots are at a total loss. There is some promise. But the issue is obviously opposite Draymond Jones, you don't really have a lot of proven quality players in that pipeline yet.
I was just going to ask about that. their hand on the ground pass rushers. And we know Jones last year was one of the tops in the league, right? In getting after the quarterback. What about that other side? Is that where Akis would have played? And, I'm thinking about it, but there are other guys, Landry you haven't seen yet, who I know is more of a linebacker, but can do that. What about Swinson? Does he have any role potentially playing on that other side?
So he's really run a lot with the backups, but Mike Vrabel has been very specific to not only praise Elijah Ponder for his growth and his maturity, but also went out of his way to mention Braden Swinson and how he's done the same in terms of, I guess being more of a professional and really coming in just as a second-year player. It's not just a jump in what you do on the field, but also how you approach the job. So, Braden Swinson, we all knew he was talented coming out of school. There was no question about that. But as a young player, you're in a new environment. You got to adapt to that. And, even when he was on the field, I thought you could definitely see that the gears were turning a bit. Like, he played a few drives at the end of that Jets game, and all he did was bull rush, which kind of told me that the coaches wanted to see him, at the bare bones, right? Fundamentals. So if Mike Vrabel is shouting you out, I think that's a reason for Patriots fans to at least say, oh, okay, so there's still hope for Braden Swinson yet. But, again, I still need to acknowledge that there's not anybody behind Draymond Jones who's proven that they can take on NFL snaps. And right now you're kind of projecting, with Harold Landry being an unknown and with Akis still being an unknown in terms of when he's going to get on the field. I do wonder if they're going to try to peruse the market and see if they can get another experienced guy in there. But a lot of that, I want to also emphasize, Harold Landry, Mike Vrabel said that he didn't really see any value in Landry, who's coming off a knee injury, being on the field right now. So I think they're going to wait till training camp to see if he's in shape to really be a significant role player this year.
All right, we're talking with Taylor Kiles, works over at CLNS. I'm looking at your Twitter at TKiles39. Former Pro Bowl edge Zadarius Smith released. One other name that I've thrown out there is Joey Bosa. Obviously, they'd be late additions if nobody came through during the preseason. Are any of those likely for the New England Patriots?
I think Zadarius Smith would make a lot of sense, especially if he said that he would only come out of retirement to play for, the right situation. And Mike Smith actually coached Zadarius Smith as his position coach to a few Pro Bowls and a second-team All-Pro nod. So Zadarius would make a ton of sense. Jadeveon Clowney is someone who has experience in Mike Vrabel's defense, so I think he also makes a lot of sense. And those are really the headliners for me. I would love if they were in on Kayvon Thibodeau, but he's had some pretty glowing reports so far for the Giants, so I wonder if they're going to try to hold on to him. And if they don't, you're probably going to have to give up some significant capital. So I think that'll be more of a training camp kind of time, see where they're at. But, yeah, if you're talking about the free agent market, I would put Jadeveon Clowney and Zadarius Smith at the top of those lists just because there's already some familiarity there.
All right, let's look at the offense. Let's talk about Drake May. Let's talk about A.J. Brown. One thing Drake May said that kind of stood out to me today was, he has brothers that are over 6'5", so he's always used to throwing it high. And I go back to the Super Bowl when he threw the touchdown to Mac Hollins, right? Like, he used to be a little high, right? Early on in his career, throwing the ball high. But when I see a guy like, whoever it is, A.J. Brown or some of these bigger receivers, I think about the red zone. And Mike Vrabel even talked about changing some things in the red zone. I'm kind of curious, what are some of those changes that they could be implementing, and does it any of it have to do with maybe running the football, considering that they struggled with that last year?
I think running the football in the red zone, that's what you want to be able to do first and foremost. Like, with Mike Vrabel emphasizing the red zone execution, I'm actually right now looking through a lot of their red zone snaps where they didn't have a lot of success. And one of the most common things, to be totally honest, is this Drake May being off sometimes by a lot, sometimes by a little. But when, obviously, inches really matter the most in that red zone area and really the low red zone, there were times where sometimes it was the defense kind of giving them a look that forced them to go elsewhere. Sometimes it was pressure, but just misses flat out. So makes it a lot easier on your quarterback if you can just go under center, hand the ball off to Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson, and have them run behind some good blocking. So, but that's not really what's going on right now. So to make it more fun, another way to help Drake May is to give somebody who's very hard to miss when you're throwing at him, and that is A.J. Brown. And if we're talking about any kind of red zone changes, I would anticipate that just being, hey, let's put number one away from everybody else and have him bully whoever is silly enough to line up across from him. Because A.J. Brown wasn't really utilized as much as he could be, I think, last year in the red zone. I don't know what was going on in Philly, but there was a lot of meat left on the bone over there. I think Josh McDaniels and Drake May know what they have in A.J. Brown, and I think they're going to dare teams to try to stop that combination.
But what are your thoughts on seeing A.J. Brown? Are you looking at him like, wow, how did the Eagles let this guy go?
I mean, again, I do want to emphasize it's still early, but he definitely stands out. Like, he's a broad dude, a very big-bodied receiver. And he looks kind of like Kayshon Boutte if you just, like, gave him one of those Mario mushrooms. Like, they're similar big physical guys. Max Hollins honestly stands out the most in that receiver room because he's tall and, like, a really big dude. But A.J. Brown, especially at the catch point, that's where you really see that he is different. He has suction cups for hands. And there's just a physicality when he's up in the air, attacking the ball, high-pointing it. You see that this is someone who's done it for a very long time. And I loved that from the first day that A.J. Brown was on the field, he and Drake May were working on the back shoulder. Because maybe A.J. Brown isn't as fast as he used to be. I still think he can win over the top. But that back shoulder fade is going to be very hard to stop with a 220-pound wide receiver and a quarterback who can put the ball in tight windows. So the fear of that kind of pass, especially like we mentioned in the red zone, that's going to open up more vertical steps for A.J. Brown because cornerbacks are going to be in spots where they're like, oh, crap, I got to make sure I don't get beat on a back shoulder. Well, once you look back to defend that, A.J. Brown can keep running. And then kind of like that Kayshon Boutte catch during the playoffs or actually I think it was against the Bills, down the sideline, use that to your advantage and get in defenders' heads. So it's still the very early stages, but it's the kind of thing you were hoping you were going to see from that combination at this time of year.
This has to be the deepest wide receiver group you've seen here since you've come to town, right?
Oh, not even close. Not even close.
How do you think they managed the targets this year for everyone?
I think it's going to be tough. And both Josh McDaniels and Todd Downing were like, hey, it's going to be our jobs to find ways to get these guys the football. And look, if we're living in the best case scenario where everyone decides to play ball and says, hey, I don't care about targets or whatever, I'm just trying to get a ring, I think you see a lot of 4 wide receiver looks, at least relative to what you usually see, which is almost none. I just think there's going to be a more creative way of using those big-bodied wide receivers in the run game. Drake actually did mention that today, where having so much size with Romeo Doubs, A.J. Brown, Mac Hollins, Kayshon Boutte, not only does it impact like after the catch, at the catch point where they can just bully guys, but also in the ground game because you can use them as blockers. So I think that we're going to see, especially with no more Julian Hill, I think we're going to see a lot more 11 personnel runs, which isn't the sexiest thing when you're talking about receivers, obviously, but that's making Drake May's life a lot easier. And honestly, another thing I actually mentioned last night, I looked back at that Antonio Brown game in 2019 when the Patriots were just stacked at wide receiver, because that was the last time I could remember them having so many veterans, because it's one thing when you have a lot of talented young players. Veterans want snaps and they want targets. And that was a masterclass from Josh McDaniels in the way that he moved Antonio Brown all over the board. He still had Josh Gordon, who was that legit X receiver, kept him outside, but kind of in different spots where you didn't know where anybody was going to line up from play to play. I think that's going to be a huge advantage. Even if something happens to one of the guys in the room, traded, what have you, they're going to be deep enough to just send out waves of different groupings in different spots. And the people who were here last year, with one more year in the system, they're going to be even more position flexible. I'm excited, man. Like, when we have the break, I'm going to be pumping out content on all the ways that they can use this stacked wide receiver room to their advantage. So I like to put grains of salt on things this early, but that's one aspect of this team I think people can get very excited about.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's a tease. I love that. A little big market tease to watch the breakdown here. I was watching you and Mike Cadlick's breakdown on CLNS. Mike Cadlick, friend of the show. I've known Mike for a very long time. So I always talk pizza with him and, other stuff. But you
Do you also put cold salad on hot pizza?
Hell no.
Thank God. All right, I'm talking to a good person.
I know. I don't know who he thinks he is. And everything, he shares it like it's a great thing. It's like, dude, just go get a salad. Don't put it on your pizza, Anyways.
I'm trying to tell him. Maybe we'll get through to him someday.
Someday we will. But I was watching a video you guys did, and one of the conversations we have here on the night show is we're a little worried at tight end. You mentioned Hill's down. They still have Westover, I guess, if you want to bring him up, and they drafted the kid from Notre Dame. But do they need another pass catcher considering all the receiving help they have? And what are some of the names that could potentially be out there that could help out with blocking on this team this year?
Yeah, I do not think that they need any more pass catchers. You got Eli Raritan to be that kind of receiving presence. And Julian Hill, I think he was going to be a better receiver than people expected, but that was never going to be his primary role. So if you're looking at the veteran market, it's going to get real thin because a lot of those guys are more receiving tight ends. But Will Dissly, I think, makes a lot of sense. He was on the Chargers last season. Not really much of a receiving threat at all, but he has experience as one of those inline tight ends like a Julian Hill. So I think that kind of move would make a lot of sense. And even Mike Vrabel acknowledged that they're probably going to have to make another roster move because they're full right now, but they're probably going to have to add another veteran because one young player I really like is UDFA Tanner Arkin out of Illinois. I love his potential as a blocker, especially as a complement to Eli Raritan. But tight end is the hardest position to learn in this offense after quarterback. So asking a rookie to be the guy in that role would be asking a lot. So you got to add somebody, and to me, Will Dissly far and away makes the most sense.
All right. Last question. I know that I've watched you and John Serenides go over hand drills. When it comes to offensive line, what are your first thoughts? I know no one's in pads, but what are your first thoughts on Caleb Lomu?
I'm impressed, and it's because of what his coaches are saying. Because at this point, trying to critique technique for offensive linemen, I'm not really about that life. Because really all this is cerebral. That's the biggest thing. Is okay, are you at least getting your eyes in the right place? If we send some crazy pressure, are you letting a guy who's more dangerous because he's inside go, or, are you making the right decisions? And coaches say, Mike Vrabel specifically, he doesn't make mistakes twice. He learns very quickly. And Mike Vrabel said he was impressed with his flexibility because we've seen Lomu line up at right tackle with Morgan Moses. It looked like he got injured last week during the last OTA practice. Mike Vrabel said that they're managing him, and we all knew that Morgan Moses was going to have a plan. He did last summer. That's not a surprise. And that's going to be to Caleb Lomu's benefit because he's been the number one right tackle with the top offense. Then when they go to backups, today specifically, he was a left tackle. So I think there's also been times he's lined up at guard as well, which I do not think is ideal. I think he's way too big and tall to play guard. It would be kind of awkward. But hey, man, the more you can do, sometimes, having a first-round pick at guard who's a little too tall is better than having a guy that you signed off the street. So by all the early indications, it seems like he's fitting in very well with the culture. I've even seen when Morgan Moses was on the field, he was coaching him up a little bit, giving him a few pointers. And, if Lomu's being receptive to that, that's everything you ask for, because you take Morgan Moses here, you want him to be able to teach the next generation, and it seems like that's what's going on. So another one. Get excited, Patriots fans. First-round pick. He's a smart cookie.
You got something for us, Skaz?
Yeah, sure. Why not, Joe? One of my concerns for this team is the running game. You guys briefly touched on it there. In the previous Patriots regime, it seemed like rookie running backs were, almost, put away for the first year of their career. Jam Miller, a late-round pick, didn't really play a ton in college, but ran a great 40, seems to fit the profile of an NFL running back. What do you make of him? And, I don't know, I'm a little down on their running back room, heading into the season.
To be honest, I think both of the rookies that they added, it's also notable that Miles Montgomery, the UEFA, is actually making more money than Jam Miller. And when I looked at the tape, I actually thought that Miles Montgomery was a bit more intriguing. His run style, he's kind of graceful, reminds me a bit of James White. But if I'm being totally honest, I think that they're more practice squad guys when you look at that room. If there's anyone I would say get a little bit excited about, it's Lan Larison. He was, I think, the most productive running back in college football last year when he was at UC Davis. Very Burkhead-esque, right? He's physical. He can catch passes, very accomplished receiver. He's going to block for you. He can just do a lot of different things. And I think he's the perfect number 3 behind a Travion and a Ramondre. And, if Jan Miller and Miles Montgomery are going to make an impact, They also have to beat out Terrell Jennings, who's been getting those RB4 reps behind Land Larison, who seems like he's pretty firmly the running back 3. And, hey, I'm on the same page as you to an extent because there's a lot of unproven backs behind the top 2 guys. But I would say that with Land Larison specifically, they're not lacking in talent. And if you have 2 young running backs that are fighting for roster spots, hopefully that competition brings out the best in at least one of those guys, and maybe they do make a push as kind of dark horses towards the end.
All right, Taylor. Appreciate all your insight. Do an excellent job. Good seeing you at the Drake May softball game, which my analysis was Will Campbell's knee is fine and Drake May's shoulder is fine. That's all I needed to see that day.
Boys were hitting dingers, man. That was crazy.
I couldn't believe how many home runs they were hitting. Mac Hollins can do it barefoot, too.
Yeah, he does everything barefoot. That's the thing. But it was very cool, I will say, to see the quarterback play his best in the brightest moments. Like, anytime it got really tense, Drake was just slamming him out of the park. So, you're very lucky, Pat fans. He can do it all.
He can literally do it all. Another guy who can do it all, Taylor Kyles. Great job, sir. Appreciate you taking a few minutes tonight. CLNS. Thanks, Taylor, and we appreciate you. And we'll do some breakdowns, I guess, when camp really gets going in July.
Yes, please. Thanks for having me on.
All right, you got it. He's Taylor Kyles. Everybody go follow him on Twitter. He's cool. Cool dude. He's tall. Did you know that? I didn't know he was that tall when I met him.
How tall?
6'4".
That's tall.
What does Riley think is tall? What's tall? What do you think's a tall? Like, who's a tall guy for you?
Who's a tall guy?
Yeah, no. What I mean is like,
what height is tall?
I was gonna say a giraffe, but then you said guy. So
no,
it
but
threw me for a loop.
some guys like, yeah, I'm 5'8". Are you like, okay?
Oh no,
that's not tall.
I'm 5'4".
5'8" is not tall.
You got to be at least 6 feet.
Yes, I would agree with that.
But because I know women call them short kings.
Yeah, if a guy comes up to me, he's 5'8". No.
I think short king is like 5'6" and under. Is that fair?
Yeah, 5'8's cutting it close.
5'8", you're right there.
Yeah, but 6 foot. I would say 6 foot and
is
above.
tall.
You're tall.
I think like a taller lady is 5'6" and up, 5'7", 5'8",
5'8",
5'8",
5'8".
Sure.
I think 5'6" is the median for 5'4" to 5'6".
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Me neither.
I just didn't. I know some girls don't like short guys.
They can be funny sometimes. That's really what they
You
got.
got to be funny, Joe. We've talked about this.
I told you I'm big, large. If you don't have a personality, nobody likes you.
You got the Napoleon syndrome. That's no good.
All right. Well, thank you for your insight on that.
Anytime.
All right. Well, Taylor Kyles is tall for those that care. And, do people care about the score of this basketball game? We'll tell you right now in Sports Up Headlines. Taylor Kyles does a great job. Give him a follow. Smart kid. This hour of the Sports Hub is brought to you by Boston Prolotherapy. Don't let joint pain keep you off the course or trail. Eliminate that pain with Dr. Franke of Boston Prolotherapy. There's a story that you're going to hear about in college football that will probably impact the NFL draft next year. For those that don't know yet, there's a quarterback at Texas Tech who gambled on sports, his own team, and is eligible to return this year and play. And a lot of people have a problem with it. Brendan Sorsby, for those that don't know him, he is transferred to Texas Tech. And before that, he was why am I forgetting where he played, Skez? But he was betting games on his own team and got in trouble for it. And there are plenty of teams now that are on their schedule this year that want to basically either forfeit their games or try to get Sorsby not to play. And a lot of people are upset about this one. But according to court filings, Sorsby made thousands of bets on college and pro sports that were worth at least $90,000 while at Indiana. He played at Cincinnati last year. My bad. So this dude has played at Indiana, Cincinnati, and Texas Tech. Those bets include ones he made while a freshman at the Hoosiers in 2020. None were on games in which he played. Sorsby sought the injunction against the NCAA in a lawsuit filed on May 18th, the same day Texas Tech ruled him ineligible, a necessary step before the school could pursue his reinstatement. His efforts were denied twice by the NCAA. Cody Campbell, the billionaire Texas Tech booster and chairman of the board, issued a statement and said, and so did the athletic director, Kirby Hockett. They said they wanted to offer a few facts that seemed to be getting lost in the noise. A young man in treatment for a clinically diagnosed addiction exercised his legal right to seek a remedy in court, and judge agreed with him. Our role has been to support his recovery, not to engineer his eligibility. Now, can I bring this up, Skez? Didn't this happen with Kayshon Boutte? Kayshon Boutte, actually federally, got in trouble for making thousands of bets. Sorsby's recovering from his addiction. It will be the quarterback at Texas Tech this year. I think he's their main quarterback has a knee injury. But his recovery, compliance, and readiness should have him ready to go. He's going to be suspended 2 games. The university feels like they sat down with him, and he has been rehabilitated. I don't know how to feel about this one. Like, is there integrity in sports or college sports? How does the integrity of how we treat a 22-year-old who sought help, entered treatment, working every day towards recovery, but it's a conflict, right? Like, it's a conflict. He's the first person to admit what he did. He chose to do it. He didn't know about the addiction, which is whatever. I don't think you really know until you know. But I guess my question is this. Someone placed bets, got in trouble for it, basically has been ruled ineligible, and now is eligible, will miss 2 games. He's going to play this year. It's going to happen. He's probably going to be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the draft this year. How does that impact the NFL? Somebody bet on college games and is then going to get drafted? Again, happened with Kayshon Boutte, but this is a quarterback. This is a guy who can control the game. In a way, I want to see what happens. Because most of the time, you bet you're out. I'm interested to see how Texas Tech handles this one. I understand that young people make mistakes. Gambling is an addiction. People can recover from it. It doesn't make them bad people. In this case, the university is giving him another chance. The NCAA is giving him another chance. But think about all those kids who didn't get those second chances. Tim's in North Carolina. Hey, Tim.
What's up, Joe? How you doing, brother?
Good, bud.
So, other than the World Cup, is there anything more corrupt than college sports at this point?
No.
It is.
No.
No, there's not much. So, Texas Tech has a decision to make. They could not let this kid play.
Yeah, and they think he's rehabilitated.
Is he? Come on.
Well, that's my whole thing. Like, Tim, it is an addiction. Like, it doesn't make you a horrible person. Can you be better from it? Yeah. I just think that though he's been caught gambling on games while being a student. I don't think it's going to be a big story with college this year. But when that draft comes up and he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks, this is going to get brought back up.
He's going to drop like a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to drop really quick.
And Texas Tech's a pretty good program. That last year they were very good.
Yeah, no, they usually get a very good program, and I don't think they're making a wise decision here.
I just wonder if it happens for this kid, who else is it going to happen for?
It's going to happen for everybody now. We're setting a precedent. That's what's happening here. You're setting a precedent for, okay, no matter what you do, it doesn't matter. We're going to pay you. You're going to get paid, and who cares?
Well, Tim, have you ever seen Shawshank Redemption? Here I go, Skaz. Have you ever seen Shawshank Redemption?
I have. Yes, sir.
Do you think that people can be rehabilitated and enter a place they were before and be normal?
Yeah, to a point.
Do you think a 22-year-old kid deserves a second chance?
Absolutely. Because I was a 22-year-old kid who made some horrible decisions. And now I'm a 50-year-old guy who's okay. I'm decent.
Yeah, but you learned, right? You got to say maybe you've gotten second chances, maybe you didn't. You know?
Yeah. So the question is, do you learn from your mistakes? Do you figure it out?
And I wonder if he can be the poster child for that. I mean, look at Kayshon Boutte, just to give you an idea, right? I know he's persevered, I guess is what I would say.
Yes, he has overachieved for sure, and I think his trade value is pretty good right now.
It is. We'll see what happens, Tim. Appreciate your call, buddy. I wanted to bring this up earlier, and I didn't get into it, but I kind of want the kid to play, but I understand what he's done. Carl's in Westfield. Carl.
Good evening, Joe. How are you, boss?
Good, bud.
Just the cars are going by. I'm at the park. Joe, this is important. You have balance and what's called unarbitrated judiciousness. You're not emotionally angry, so you give a 22-year-old a second chance. However, this is key. When you have the keys to the ship, you don't drive if you're drunk, and you have to understand control. And now that gambling is legal, this is where you have a slight increase in the spike in activity, just like when they legalized drugs 20 years ago in Portugal. The consequences of being a dummy and over-addiction are still illegal, and you're held liable. Instead of 90 murders a day, they're running off with the church money to the island. It's a different type of shift in economy and socioeconomic.
I think he said shift, but I got scared too.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. If I may, I really like Ross Tucker, so I hope he's not thinking I'm attacking him. But Ross Tucker had some comments regarding the Sorsby situation. He goes, I got to be honest, I'm just kind of sad. It just kind of feels like college football as we know it is over. And it really bothers me, Skaz, because what network does Ross Tucker work for? DraftKings. I can't watch someone who works at a betting place or gets paid by betting places telling me they think it's sad that somebody is allowed to play football for betting or after getting caught betting. I don't want to hear somebody from DraftKings tell me this. I don't want to hear someone from FanDuel tell me it's sad or it's bad. It's hypocritical. I hate that. And you know, I've talked to Dan Shaughnessy about this. Dan's not a betting guy. Dan will tell you, oh my God, look at all the ads, right? DraftKings here and there. What's all over his Globe article when you go on there? DraftKings, FanDuel, betting. They're now putting money in people's pockets. But to come out here and say it's kind of sad for the game while you're on the DraftKings network, hate that. Out. And it's nothing personal to you, Ross, because I like you. I think you do a great job. You're excellent. You really are. But, dude, when you're working for that type of company, you can't say it's sad for the game. Where do you think he placed all those bets? Probably on your platform. Keyshawn Booty did, right? He admitted it. He said it was an addiction. It was by his hand. Read that story at the Players Tribune. I don't want people who work for betting websites telling me they're upset about this. I don't want to hear it. And you know what? Maybe the kid does deserve a second chance. Because, guys, there's been millions of kids who never got a second chance. I look back at Josh Gordon's career. You mean to tell me Josh Gordon nowadays would get all those suspensions now because of what's happening? No. He's a 22-year-old kid. Made a mistake. Lots of them. Got in trouble for it lots of times. Rehab for it. I'm not saying he's not going to do it again. If he does, he's out. But just don't tell me while you're on a DraftKings platform that you're upset and it's sad when college football's over. Don't want to hear that. That's my rant. We got the musings coming up next. I'm Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. More Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
During Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale, you could replace all your...
2008 Boston Celtics. Well, the Red Sox lost today 7-5. They got 2 home runs from Caleb Durbin. After the game, Garrett Crochet says he had a setback. The team, though, has not said that. Your thoughts next. Sports Hub Headlines brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning. 24-hour on-call service for your clogged drain emergencies. Go to johnsewer.com. I'm Joe Murray.
This is what happens when analysts take over the game, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
The Sports Hub.
It's a sports, so sit back, relax, and get your mind in the game and listen to the words of a grown man complaining.
The dogs like the good weather, but no, not really. The puppy's 90-something pounds now, so he's not going to enjoy the heat too much anytime soon, and the other dog's 13, so they kind of just sit on the deck at this point, which is fine with me. Fine with me, Joe. But yeah, the heat's not my favorite. Gonna see how good the central air works in the house. I guess we're gonna find out quickly.
Oh, you haven't put it on yet?
Well, we have, but it hasn't really been put to the test.
Hasn't been kicking in yet.
I would say this next week or two appears to be that it'll be the real first test. And we'll find out.
Okay.
Dryer stopped working, so we'll figure that out. It runs, Joe. It's just not hot.
That could be do you have propane?
No.
What do you have?
It's electric.
I'm not a guy.
Check the fuses. I cleaned the vent. Did all that. I'm gonna go to the parts store tomorrow and say, hey, this is the serial number. What can you do for me?
Hey, you know what? I have that going on with my oven right now. I went to cook up pizza, frozen pizza.
What do you got?
This
Mama Celeste? What are we talking?
No, this
here?
was a DiGiorno.
Oh, big boy.
It was a DiGiorno.
Rising crust? What are we talking?
I might have even bought it at a gas station.
Wow.
But yeah, I went in, I turned, you hit bake to fire it up.
Oh yeah, a little preheat.
The light was on, but there was no heat coming out.
Nobody was home.
And then it popped up with this little code, like C3 or something. And I went, huh. So I Googled C3 code oven, and it says not sending propane to the stove. Thank you. It says that you have to either unplug the oven or go down and do the fuse. I have yet to do that because now that it's hot, I'm not cooking inside the house.
Oh, so it's I could see.
So
that.
if it's if you're, let's call it 77 in the house.
Yeah.
If I turn the oven on, I'm now rocking at 85 in the house. Out.
I got the AC set at like 71. Joe.
No, I don't even have the AC in the downstairs.
Oh, okay. You got it upstairs.
ACs are in the rooms.
I gotcha.
So I don't want to spike the heat. So I don't cook when it's hot. It's kind of like that iced coffee thing. People who drink iced coffee in the winter. I like iced coffee in the winter.
I like iced coffee all the time,
Riley, do you like iced coffee in the winter?
I don't drink coffee. Actually, I don't drink caffeine. Period.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
I think that's probably for the best.
But is there something that you eat or drink cold in the winter?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Like, for example, I'm not turning my oven on in my house.
Okay.
Because it's hot.
The old where I used to live, I would never cook because it just got too hot in there. Didn't matter.
So you get it.
Yes, 100%.
And it's not too hot. I don't want it to be hot.
Yes, exactly.
Then the house will smell like it because it's so hot.
Yeah.
Like, you ever leave hot trash in your kitchen for the day?
Oh.
You come back?
Ooh.
That's smelly.
That is smelly, Joe.
We got to learn more about Riley.
Joe, you should sit back here for a night. You want to do a seat change? She's an open book back here, Joe. I can't close it.
Well, I found out that she's a mopper.
She was a mopper?
Yep. For the ACC men's basketball tournament.
She also wants a baked potato from Wendy's on her way home tonight.
I've been thinking about Wendy's for so long.
All right, so when there's one right down the street.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go. Okay. Right after the show.
She's got it mapped out, don't you?
Yeah. I was looking it up on Google Maps earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
They also have refreshers now. Have you seen? You don't
Wendy's?
drink caffeine, but wait, is a refresher?
I think isn't it McDonald's that did the refreshers?
No, they put fruit in there. It's McDonald's.
Oh.
I am the refresher king. I like Dunk's refreshers.
Me too. That's the only caffeine I'll drink.
Okay,
green
so
tea.
you will have caffeine.
Only green tea though. That's it.
Okay.
I draw the line at green tea.
Drake's got a new line about tea, right?
Blow on me like some green tea, baby, I believe is something to that effect.
Yes. Did you hear the new Drake album?
I've listened to the song Shebang. That's it.
That's a good one. Not my favorite on the album.
Cheetah Print. I've heard Cheetah Print.
Shebang's great.
Good one. Janice is still my favorite.
Janice is okay. Which one is Hang on, let me
Let him cook.
Old guy.
Let him cook.
Let
him cook. He's
let me
air
go.
frying right now.
Was I upset? Yes.
Too hard for the radio, maybe?
You know, when it goes, he goes, mid, skip.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know you're
That's
talking about.
Janice.
Or
is it
skip.
not?
Or is it mid, skip?
It's something like that.
That's a great line.
Yeah.
Because I think what he's
That's shebang. That's shebang.
I think what he's trying to tell us is he was gone. And then all these other people were on the charts. And he felt bad that he left everybody hanging. And that he had to go,
He's talking about everyone else's albums.
yeah, like
saying
skip them because they stink.
They're mid and I
and
skip
they're
them.
mid, skip.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then there's the other one, which I think is Janice. I don't know who Janice is.
I can only hope to imagine, Joe.
But do these inquire, are these part of the Songs of Summer?
Drake?
I think there's potential there. I don't know if they're poppy enough to be the true song of the summer.
Is Riley informed on what we're doing this summer?
She's been, I think, loosely informed on Joey Murr's summer hits that Joe performs, songs of the summer.
You haven't heard any?
I don't think so.
Should we let her hear Joe Espresso?
Yeah, we can
Joe
go into
Espresso.
we can go into break.
I
with
could
some-
get on that.
Some
Okay.
Joe Espresso.
All right.
Give me a moment here.
So what's the song that goes, reach me, baby, call my phone, say you need me, baby.
That's Janice, I believe.
I'm
Yeah.
so green, won't you teach
That's
me,
a good
baby?
one. That's a good one.
Pull
Yeah, blow
up
on me like some
Maybach.
green tea. Yeah.
I just like when he says pull up Maybach. Because I love that Maybach music with Rick Ross. That song rules. Is that the name of the song, Maybach? Yeah. Anyways, reach me, baby. That's on when I go on TikTok now and I scroll, it's all these. I got this old 70-year-old guy going, singing it with the blues. Reach me, baby. Call my phone, said you need me, baby. All right. And there's a couple, there's the one with the,
Is it the cheetah print song?
it's
Is
the
that what
smack
you're...
that like
Yep.
a cheetah print?
Yep, cheetah
Okay.
print.
I like that song.
It's funny.
I don't know the name of that.
It's called cheetah. I'm pretty sure it's called cheetah,
Cheetah
print.
Print.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know 3 songs from the Drake album.
Yeah, there you go. And I would say they're pretty good songs.
I feel like I'm in the know a little bit here.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. This is when Espresso was the song of the summer. And now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, is that sweet? I guess so. So you can't sleep? Baby, I know that's the me espresso. Move it up, down, left, right, oh. Switch it up like Nintendo. So you can't sleep? Baby, I know that's that me espresso. I can't relate to desperation. My gives a F are on vacation. And I got this one boy, and he won't stop calling. We'll go to break after this. I know I got him. Too bad your ex don't do it for you. Walked in and dream came true did for you. Soft skin and I perfumed it for you. I know I'll Mountain Dew it for you. That morning coffee brewed it for you. One touch and I... We'll get back to some of the. I know people want to call in and talk about what we just did. The San Antonio Spurs are up 81-53 right now with 9 minutes to go. That is almost a 30-point lead. That's 28 points. If New York can come back in this game, it would be the largest comeback in NBA history. Do you know which team had the biggest comeback in NBA Finals history? It was the Boston Celtics. Celtics had a 2-1 lead in 2008. So they swept the first two games at the Garden and lost 87-81 in an ugly defensive battle in Game 3 at the Staples Center. Los Angeles came out hot in the first quarter of Game 4. They shot 64% from the field. They had a 34-14 lead after the first quarter. The Celtics were shooting 27%. The Lakers had a 24-point lead into the second quarter when Sasha Vujacic drained a three off a pass from Kobe Bryant to make it 45-21. Celtics forward Kevin Garnett knocked down a mid-range jumper, and the Celtics comeback began. Boston trailed the Lakers by 18 points at halftime. They came out firing in the third quarter. They outscored the Lakers 31-15. They tied the game at 73 with 10 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter and took their first lead of the game at 84-83 with 4 minutes remaining. They closed out on a 13-8 run. They win 97-91. They took a 3-1 series lead. The Lakers led in that game for 40 minutes. They couldn't miss in the first half. They shot 33% the rest of the game. They missed all 8 attempts from 3. Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol logged a plus-minus of -24 in the second half. Garnett had a double-double in 37 minutes, 16 points, 11 rebounds. But James Posey was the spark off the bench that night, had 18 points, went 5 of 10 shooting, hit 4 threes. They faced a 24-point deficit in the NBA Finals. Kevin Garnett and the Celtics would go on to be crowned NBA champions. They would win in 6 games, but it was the biggest comeback in NBA history. And, well, I don't think the New York Knicks are going to be able to do that tonight. Remember that game, guys? Remember?
Oh, I remember. Joe, you know what I'm going to do tonight if this holds? I'm going to turn on our friends over at WFAN on my way home. It's been a while, Joe. I haven't been able to really do any of that on my drives home recently. You know, it's the last thing I've wanted to hear, to be honest with you. But tonight, you know, maybe that's unfortunately where we are as Boston sports fans at this very moment, that I have to take joy in what is happening at the world's most famous arena for ass kickings of the home team, is what it should really be called. But I think I might turn on our friends over in New York on my way home, Joe, and just see how the post-game show's going.
Can't wait for Stephen A.
Is Steve Summers still working? Who's going to be doing the post game tonight?
I actually don't even know.
I have no idea.
Well, I still stand by that the Knicks will win the championship.
Joe, I gotta say, not feeling too good about that.
Well, I mean, I gotta die on the hill now.
Well, no, 100%, 100%. I think you need to be worried about a gentleman that will be joining us and does join us often, and how he may be reacting to the series. And
what is Street Team Joe bro culture?
Is he bro culture? Riley, will you please turn your microphone on? As I believe you may be a more expert on a topic than us. Now, you've only met Street Team Joe's at one time?
I think 3 times.
Oh, 3 times you've met Street Team Joe. So to me, Street Team Joe is not like a hardcore bro.
He is not a hardcore bro.
No.
I wouldn't say so either.
But is he bro culture, meaning like...
He does have a Drake tattoo.
He has a Drake tattoo.
He does.
he thinks everything's top 5.
And it's not a good tattoo either. I must say that.
I got a bad tattoo as well.
You know, you guys got a lot in common.
That's true.
A lot in common.
But like Joe, I don't want to call it bro culture, but he's, I do a show called Boston's Entered the Chat. He is so in the chat. Like Street Team Joe is in the chat group.
He's tapped into the internet streets.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he could be in a subtopic of bro culture. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
He's
like,
his own
there's levels to
category.
it. There's levels to it, and he's in one of them.
When you mentioned to me that, like, when we hear from him, he's going to, like, come back in and be like, best defensive shot blocker of all time.
Yeah, Joe, you said the Knicks were going to win in 5.
Joe, I'm not going to, I take my apology back. Yeah.
He did apologize to you, and now that apology retracted, I would have to imagine. He's going to ask for an apology from you now, probably, if I had to guess.
I would, if I'm the New York Knicks fans, I'd ask for an apology for paying the money to watch this display.
Imagine you went to both games, too. You were like, I spent, $500,000 the first time for courtside. I might as well spend $300 again tonight.
So can I give you a betting thing?
Please.
So the halftime line was basically the Spurs had to win by 20. See the score right now?
I would say that's close.
What I mean by it is the number screams New York Knicks. Like that betting number. Yeah, I've ever told you about a bait line. I don't do a lot of betting analysis anymore, so I feel like I need to teach this. But bait lines are just things that you bite the cheese on it, baby. It looks too good to be true. I think the Knicks don't come back. Can they come back? Absolutely. But that 19 and a half, Skaz, that was chummy. That was a chummy line. And if they come back and win it, I faded the chum line. But I think it's, I don't know. I mean, here, Karl Anthony Towns is actually playing on the post. He's actually playing on the post. Anyways, we got to find out what culture Joe is. Like, he's not, is he Gen Z? He's an interesting character is all I can tell you. We got some people on the line. Ryan and Malden. Ryan, how you doing?
Hey, dude, what's going on, Joe? Long time no talk. I'm doing good, brother. How you doing tonight? Great show, man.
I'm glad to hear you're doing well.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. And before I got a few topics I'd like to hit on before I talk about any topics. Shout out to the chat and to Skaz and Riley. Just talked to her for a few seconds. Great. And you got a great crew over there, Joe. You got a great crew going.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Thank you.
So, Joe, I was at Stop and Shop yesterday, all right? And I went into the frozen pizza section aisle. All right, let me know if this is new or not. I should have looked it up if I had some time. I tried, I wrote it down. Okay, it's called I'm Single Screaming Sicilian Pizza. Oh, my own, it's so good. Have you tried that?
No, but it's a Sicilian. It's Sicilian?
So, no, it's not a Sicilian. It's really good. It doesn't taste like a frozen pizza. It's a thin crust. Thin crust, it's pepperoni. I didn't see no big ones. I only seen like the regular, like Celeste size ones. But the name of it is called I'm Single Screaming Sicilian. I don't know if you could type it in. You could check it out. But, man, I'm telling you, Joe, if you see it, try a couple. Let me know what you think. Man.
Wait a second. I just looked this up. Do you guys see that? Have you ever heard of this?
It's brand new, right? I've never heard of it.
Okay, so it's called Screamin' Sicilian.
Oh, okay.
But they have versions. In this version is called I'm Single.
Yeah. Oh my God. Let me tell you, when I took a bite into it, it was an explosion of burst of tastes. I'm telling you, it was really good.
Did you put it in the? It says oven or microwave.
I'm a microwave. It comes out to you know what, oven all day, 350, 12 minutes. I like it crispy.
Wow, I've never seen these before, dude. But I know the Screaming Sicilian brand though.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah, I seen it. I'm like, what is this? I go, I'm Sicilian and Irish. I go, let me try this out. And sure enough, man, it really, I mean, I give that an 8.5 out of 10 all day on the frozen pizza scale.
You can't give a frozen pizza that high of a score.
I'm telling Joe, you take a bite. I'm telling you, man. All right, maybe an 8. I'll go down to an 8. But I'm telling you, when you take a bite, it's like it doesn't taste like a frozen pizza. It tastes. I don't know how to explain it, man. It's new for a reason. It's a good brand. I'm definitely. I'm in on that.
Pound for pound, DiGiorno is the best. Pound for pound.
Oh no. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. DiGiorno, I used to be a Mama Celeste, but DiGiorno took over. I mean, the crust. I mean, it's not DiGiorno, it's delivery. You know.
That's right. And I've never been a Red Baron guy. I know people kind of stress it. Not really much of a Red Baron guy, but growing up it was Elio's Pizza. Absolutely love that. But if you want to get a good one, all right, it's called Freschetta.
I thought. Yep.
You know the Freschetta?
I know the Freschetta. Let me tell you, I haven't had it in a while, but that is probably top 3. And that's probably top 3. What would you like, the thin crust, or what do you go for?
So I'm more of a thin crust when it comes to most pizza, but the rising crust DiGiorno pepperoni is an elite. The Uno's frozen, also very spectacular.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've tried. I probably have tried that, but maybe I'm blanking out. But yeah, you cannot go wrong. I know we were talking about that in the chat. I think you were talking about that, and we still have one over here in I think it's Rivera Squire Road. I know you know the area.
Yeah, I know Squire Road. Where was it? What's it called?
Uno.
It's still going down there. Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Yeah, that one's been there.
Dude, they just built a Popeyes there.
Wait, what? In the plaza?
Across from the plaza.
Oh, get out of here. Really?
I went through Bell Circle recently, and I saw it there.
I will be checking that out tomorrow.
There was a Papa John's on the same side down the road. So not the barn car wash side, the other side.
Gotcha. Yep, on there. Where all the gas stations are, kind of.
Have you ever been to Liberto's?
Why does that sound so familiar? That sounds. Where is that? Where is that?
It's right down the street. But
is that by Nick's Bistro? Nick's place?
Do you know Bell Circle? Like, don't go towards Bell Circle. Take a right at that rotary there.
Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's over there. But Mr. Liberto has fantastic food, but he sings. He's a singer.
Really?
Yeah.
What type of thing? I mean, what is he?
Well, he sings at Kowloon, so I don't know what that makes him.
I gotcha. Okay, man. Sounds like a stand-up guy.
Yeah, go check him out.
Definitely will. Man, what a debacle on this game, huh? I really thought the Knicks were going to take it tonight. I really thought the Knicks were going to take it tonight. Can I talk to you about a couple of movies coming out this week, Joe?
Sure.
So I'm curious if you're going to check any of these out. By the way, Train Spotting is back in betas. I didn't even know this until I called the movies up earlier to figure out where I'm going to go this week. I guess it's the 30-year anniversary. Just want to put that out there. I think that's a great movie. I'm not glorifying anything about that. Just saying, good movie. Ewan McGregor, great actor. But the Odyssey. Odyssey looks really good with Matt Damon about the Hoss. We all know the story. That looks really good. I'm blanking on the producer right now. He makes the best movies. And Steven Spielberg, Disclosure Day. That looks really, really awesome. I'm definitely going to see that.
I heard it's his best movie in years.
Really? I've heard nothing but good things about it. And I definitely. Are you going to check it out? I think I'm going to check it out. I might go to the Cinema in Revere, maybe, or down in Assembly Row.
All right, buddy.
But yeah, man, Joe, always good talking to you, brother. Man, appreciate you, man. You do the best. You do the best. I love you guys. Everyone in the chat. You stay safe. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you when I talk to you, brother.
Later, buddy. Thank you. Sarko!
Joe, what's up, my brother?
How you doing?
Shout out to Skies. I like to say the same to Riley. She's pretty smart. I told her she's got to do the right thing with Wendy's potato, though. You know what I mean? You got to ask for it fresh, because if not, it's going to be hard. It's going to be sitting there all night. So listen, I was checking out and I caught some of the when you was at Brook Meadow. And then I see you and Zoe, right? I'm like, on the side, I'm watching NBC Sports Boston. I'm watching it. I'm like, you guys, I was like, you guys decided to wear like matching Tiger Woods outfits. I'm like, both of you wearing like all black, you know what I mean? I know Zoe goes that way all the time anyway. But then he started talking too, right? And it reminded me, he started talking about the World Cup. He's so against the World Cup, right? And he reminds me of my cousin because my cousin is so anti-football, American football. He's so much into soccer in general. It's like he hates American football. So when I heard Zoe talking, I was like, wow, it reminded me of my cousin, just the opposite. He doesn't want to hear it because to him it's not football. You get me? So what's going on with you, Joe? The Nesson thing, I still couldn't be able to find it on YouTube. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, brother. You got to help me out.
Yeah, just search Boston's entered the chat, and you'll see all our clips right there, and you should be able to. I hope it's all there. But yes, that's the way I've been directed to. But yeah, we're here, man. We're grinding. The summer's here. We have a new interns.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. I know my brother, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got some Joe. I'm telling you, man. What's going on with the Manador comment? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with the golf tournament. Like, I have a question. You ever golf before the Brook Meadow?
Oh yeah, I didn't golf that day, but yeah, I grew up across from the golf course, so I played golf a lot in my life.
Did you? You know what's really crazy? I'm telling you the truth. Like, I've never golfed in my life, and I've always wanted to, but it's really unfortunate the fact that I actually worked at the Winchester Country Club when I was 19 years old.
Oh wow.
Okay, and while I was there, I never even learned how to golf. The one thing I did do was the curling. I did mess around with the curling. It was really funny. Like it was like it drew me more the curling for whatever reason. I don't know. But the golf I never did. So I don't know. So the whole Manny Carmen thing, I was checking it out. They got a drop ball, right?
There's a drone that's going to drop.
Yeah,
balls,
right. It's something about a drop ball, whatever, like a drone.
Yep.
Because I think you had mentioned it, right?
Yeah. Manny Del Carmen is doing a golf tournament.
Yeah, the golf tournament. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and they're going to drop balls from a drone. Whoever's closest to the hole will win money.
Exactly. So I'm trying to get in on that. So how I get on that?
Yeah, go to BostonAthleticAcademy.com.
You see? I already know, like I told you, man, when I met him anyways. You know what I'm saying? He gave me his number and everything, but like I said, Joe, one last thing, brother. You know what I'm saying? We got this coming up, the World Cup and everything. And everything's lining up nice. So we got to really, and I'm not lying to you, this food drop is coming, brother. You heard me? And it's going to be amazing. You're going to be so, I'm telling you, take my word from it. Take my word. All right. But you guys have a wonderful evening. Have a good night. All right. And we'll talk sports next time. All right.
All right, Sarko.
Take care, brother.
Appreciate you. Sarko's wife, Mimi, has promised us a food drop. I believe he's on Doran, I believe.
I'll have to circle that on the calendar, Joe.
Yeah,
I think Street Team Joe's going to have to put the diet on pause for that one.
And the reason why it hasn't happened yet is because, well, I don't know, our schedules sometimes are not always aligned. But with the World Cup coming, I mean, what better time, you know what I mean?
We'll have games on tomorrow night, Joe, while we are here.
All right, let's get everybody caught up. Hey, do you think you want to do headlines someday, Riley?
Yeah, she's going to do it.
All right,
Not
cool.
tonight, but
we're having everybody do them. Derek's going to do them. Even Street Team Joe is even Street Team Joe says he wants to do them.
Good. I'll make Street Team Joe do them.
Yes, everybody should do them.
Absolutely.
I'll do them. You can do them, Skaz. Does Jake want to come back?
I've done plenty. Yeah, I'm happy to do them whenever you need.
Who else? Who else wants to come in and do headlines?
Kevin Pumford will probably show up. Luke Fitzpatrick will be here.
Jeez.
Bryson will probably show up. Josh Barbara. I haven't heard from him, Joe. You think we can get him on the show tomorrow night? Can we book Josh Barbara for tomorrow night, Joe? I'd like to make a request.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Josh, where are you?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I at least said they were going to win the championship. It doesn't have to be in 4 games, 5 games. It could be 7. So I'll tonight. It's not looking great, but
I'm going to put in a personal request here from Josh Barber tomorrow night. I believe if we replay his call from before the series, he was quite confident, if I believe.
The Wemby limiter.
Quite confident. Riley saying, yeah, she remembers.
See, the receipts, that's what I mean. Got to pull them when you need them. All right, we can do that. We'll do that. I feel like we need a Slack channel for all our interns.
I have thought about just starting a mass group text.
Like, just like, or like a Slack channel would be better because I don't want my... Dude, I heard between Nesson and here, it's like... And then we have the green goo.
Oh, well, between 3-Team Joe, he's sending us nonsense.
My buddies at home, sometimes I don't know who's sending them. Like, I'm like, who's this one now? I changed the name of the green goo. I don't think that's getting changed for a little while. All right, well, New York will tell you the score right now here in headlines.